everybody. Welcome to the Monday Sound Stream, where we have a little bit of a lighter news week, but it's going to be fun nonetheless. We got some cool topics to talk about, and I got double streaming, which we'll talk about in a moment. But let's introduce my co-hosts. I saw Kaus's icon blink first, so hey, Jerry, how's it going?
It's going great. Getting ready to start working in a few weeks.
Cools. And Ryan, how you doing? How's things going?
Good. Remember, people, everybody's magic power is to not give up. So use that power.
Exactly.
I've been watching too much Black Clover. It's that show. Didn't mean to binge that series today, but I actually did. So oops. It's one of the things. You know how you can tell you like a series when you're binging the rest of the series and and you look at the time like, oh, oops.
Like when I binged the back half of Jessica Jones season 2 in like one sitting, I think. I did it in one go. I just started watching The Penguin last night, and because it's finished, I was like, I want to watch it when it's all out. And it's fun watching a show where I relate to absolutely none of the characters. They're all awful people, and I can just watch from the outside, going, "Ooh, I'm gonna watch your drama, take your lives apart. This is great."
Guys, do all the stuff. I need to help my mom with something. Something. I'll be back.
No worries. We'll do all the introduction stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you guys hadn't noticed back here, this is the helicopter Muteki pressured me into buying. No, I actually did want it. It wasn't 100% Muteki, but if you guys have been following the saga last year while this campaign was on, Muteki was like, "Did you back it yet? Did you back it yet? Did you back it yet?" on like every stream I was on. Which was fun times. It was part of the reason I was just like, I gotta back it now. It was always on the forefront of my mind because of it.
Put it on your head, like I said.
I want to, but right now it's holding up Giant Man. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe if we have some time at the end of the stream today, because we're gonna try to keep it to like a short 2 hours. If I have time at the end, I'll just like grab the copter and we'll like bring it close and do some stuff. It is insanely massive, more so than I thought. I didn't fully click the back tail part of it in because I think once I do, it won't come out because I'm not exactly sure where this thing is going yet. But yeah, as Jeremy Carr says, don't forget to hit the like button and hit subscribe and the notification bell because we do this every Monday.
Sweet engagement, you know?
Sweet engagement helps this channel grow. And this channel's been growing significantly lately. I think partially due to that one Ninja Turtles DVD review, which just keeps.
Yeah, I saw a lot of comments on that.
Yeah, I've gotten like over 400 comments on that video, I think. And
Man,
if you guys have left a comment on a video and I haven't responded, it's probably because I'm sorting through my inbox to like
buried, like
figure out what the, because like everything is buried by the Turtles comments. I get like 2 or 3 comments, or two. I was gonna say, no, it's like 5 or 6 comments on the video a day, which for this channel is very irregular, but it's nice. I like it. So let's see what we got in our chat today. We got 94 Coon, Dr. Grid, Falcons Tech, James Borland, Jamie's World, Jeremy Carr, Common Jojo, MRI LZY, Merlazy, Mr. Tanuki, Muteki T, Psycho O's, SSJ4 Jason, Hellfire, Toma, Tyrop, and Zeltrax. You guys say hello. Hey, Common Jojo.
Oh yeah, Super Jet.
All right. Common Jojo says, give me a mini review of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. The show? Okay. So where do I begin with Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds?
You heard me. I just said classism. Boom. There you go.
Boom. Yeah, no.
That's pretty much what it's about, right?
It's about classism. It's about capitalism's destruction when it revolves around a singular subject. It's also about how card games ruin an entire society's perception of what people deserve. It is about people striking out against the system that is oppressing them, and it is also about cool dragons and motorcycles. And that's why it's my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Show, and also why no Yu-Gi-Oh! Show since has been able to capture my interest.
Honestly, it's
hold me in, and I can't forget about it.
5Ds is like the one I was like the last Yu-Gi-Oh! Series that I felt definitely still had a shonen DNA in it.
Yeah, everything since feels more card gamey, right? Like it's
definitely more of the card game card game anime tropes the other series have.
That's the great part about 5Ds. Also, a chat as always. Let us know if you can hear everybody clearly, because if you can't, I can tweak that. But if I don't know, then I don't know. I can't tweak it if I don't know. So I appreciate you guys letting us know. Let's see. Is there anything else before we? Let's just jump into our PSAs, our casual little. Let's talk about the channel last week. I had a hectic week for multiple reasons. So you guys got a G.I. Joe review because I was like, it's Thursday and I don't have a video yet. Why not just like Ryan was like hoping I would do a short or something on Nemesis Immortal, and I'm like, here you go, here's a whole video.
I think it looks really cool.
He's such a cool figure. I wanted to just like yap about him for 17 minutes, and I had fun. I was like, it was one of those videos where I was like, I don't even care if anybody watches it. I just wanted to make this for me.
Love I mean, my favorite. I love the Omnitober video.
Yes, a lot of people did. I got a lot of positive comments on the October Omnibus haul or Omnitober. Maybe comic hauls are going to be a thing. Maybe comic hauls are going to be a thing.
At least of that big variety, definitely.
Yeah, I might even just rotate them quarterly, like I do Blu-rays.
The Blu-ray hauls. Yeah, because I think Target's having like a buy two buy one get one free book sale right now. I'm not sure how long this lasted, but like, oh man, I'm so tempted to pick up the Jim McKay Moon Knight Omni.
It's pretty
so much.
nice.
No, because I mean, I like when I read that. I really like it. I'm a Moon Knight fan, so I can't wait. Also got. Have you seen Moon Knight and Marvel Rivals? He looks so cool, right?
He does. I'm so excited for Marvel Rivals because I was right. Once Fortnite stopped having Marvel weapons all over the map, I've been playing it a hell of a lot less. Like, it rolled Marvel straight into Halloween, and I was like, yeah. And then after Halloween ended, I was like, okay. Yeah.
But you know, the guy, I can't wait for Rival. Looks so cool. It's like, give me toys of these designs now, please.
I know. It's kind of like
so cool.
The game looks awesome, and I'm excited for it. Let's see here. What else is on the channel?
Shorts.
Shorts, yes, thank you.
Also, my partner's been bugging me to get the Radiant Black deluxe edition because I mean, it does look really nice.
It's so nice. It's so nice. It's such a great way to start the series because it's affordable too.
Also, goddamn, that's a normal trade. The no one for $25. That's a hardcover edition, right? Like practically, you know.
Yeah.
It's so thick.
It's so thick. I remember I had a package on the way. I didn't know. This is the fun part, just for everyone to know. When it comes to the black market narrative stuff that they send me to review, I don't know what I'm getting and when. I just get a tracking number. And I was like, what is this box that's 1.5 pounds? Like, I didn't know what it was. And then I opened it. I was like, oh, it's a trade. And then I was like, oh my God, they put all of the series into one trade. Plus a ton of like extra stuff.
For $25, it's like that's a price of like a 6-issue trade from Marvel. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's cheaper than that first volume of Immortal Thor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. It's like, God, what black magic does Image have to do these kind of trades? My God.
I think what it is that they have like a lot of I think they have a lot of control.
Well, they're independent.
Yeah, they have the independent control, and I know that like one of the things of Image will print your book, but Image won't promote your book. Like that's also why they send stuff to people like me to review.
Well, that's why it's creator owned. It's creator owned, but you know, if you're the one, it's up to you to promote your book if that's the case scenario.
Yeah, definitely. And so I was happy to take a look at that. I'm also happy because I was thinking about buying the trade when it came out, but now I bought all the singles. So
it looks high quality. I mean, every Image tray I got is like the most high quality like tray I ever get. They're like that like good quality compared to like the floppiness of Marvel and DC trades sometimes.
Oh yeah.
I mean, question about actually speaking of the Omnitober, like you call like the Radiant Black, you're one like an Omni, but like would that under in that case would you call like the IDW collections Omnis also like the Timothy and Sonic
would because like the
Toma member for 11 months. Hey, Soundout.
Thank you. Hi, Toma. With the because Radiant Black, it's so thick that it's like I said, like my barometer was, is it thicker than Godzilla? Which
Yeah,
it
because you're
was.
like, the team, team, it's like, you're like, I'm gonna call like say the Last Ronin straight hardcover trade on
Yeah,
the
I wouldn't call
Omni,
the
but
last
like,
runs, but I think the TMNT collections and
the Sonic ones,
same with the Power Ranger ones, especially Power Rangers, those
yeah,
are huge. The
huge.
Sonic and the Ninja Turtles, I would count those as well because those are
They're usually 10+ issues usually.
they're usually a whole year's worth of a book.
Hmm.
I know the Turtles ones have been getting up to like 16, 17 issues. Uh,
Yeah,
and so I kind of put it as like they're not officially omnibuses, but that is a sequential set of volumes collecting everything.
they're the
And is
same
that not an
size.
omnibus?
They're also the same size as Omnis, so that's why I put them
Yeah,
together and
they're
stuff like that.
oversized. Yeah.
Hmm.
I think the line between oversized hardcover and Omni has gotten incredibly blurred, which is probably why Marvel's not doing oversized hardcovers anymore. Um,
I think oversized hardcovers does kind of
it
confuse
does.
people.
I
I think
think
that's
that
the
was
thing.
because people were like wondering, like, oh, why'd they stop doing complete collections and they just do epics? Why did they stop doing oversized hardcovers and just do omnibuses? I think it was probably when Penguin started distributing Marvel. They're like, what's all these different titles? Like, can we pare this down? Can this make, can we streamline this? And I think it's probably smart because having too many
I mean, I
formats is confusing.
Yeah, I mean, I like because that's the thing. At least with comic books, the format size, at least they're specific under. Oh, you're a paperback. Oh, you're a hardcover. Oh, you're Omni. That's
Yeah.
it's where understand that manga sizes do not make sense to me.
Yes.
Because you have stuff like, oh, they're like this consistent size, but then you got companies like Seven Seas and make their a little bit smaller. Then you have Viz with their like Viz would have these extra big like
Oh, and the
mangas for
fun part
no
is that
reason.
Viz has been scaling up manga since the beginning.
Well,
Um,
it such annoys me with Viz how they with their quote unquote Viz signature
Yes.
line
What I
because
mean
a
is their
lot,
standard volumes are bigger than the Japanese volumes.
yeah, the Taikobon size
Yeah, the
ones, yeah.
tankobon size, I'll have to maybe
I
that's
think yeah, because I think the Seven Seas manga are the size of the Taikobons. They're small, and compact. So I think that's they print in the original manga size versus Viz's sizes and
okay, you know
such.
what I'm about to do right now? I
But
wasn't sure what Wednesday's video was. I'm gonna talk about manga sizes.
yeah, because
Yeah.
I have a big problem with Viz and how they label things because with their Viz signature line, it's all these different books. But the problem is a lot of the Viz signature stuff is Jump Plus stuff like
Mhm.
Heart Gear and Magalirium. They're in Hell's Paradise. Those are originally Manga Plus. No, sorry, Jump Plus in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, but stuff like Spy X Family, Kaiju Number 9, Dan Da Dan, or and even Chainsaw Man Part 2 still have the Shonen Jump label on them, which confuses so many people thinking those are specifically Shonen Jump brand
When they're
stuff,
Jump
which
Plus, yeah.
they're Fun Plus. So, like, how come those specific series get Shonen Jump? We have the Shonen Jump label. Well, these ones don't. I hate that. It's just like my brain goes like they're all under one brand. Why are you trying to make it so complicated?
Mhm. And yeah, and then I can also talk about like, yeah, Seven Seas, their hardcover size versus their regular size, or Kodansha, or like there's so
Oh yeah,
much.
yeah. Oh, but Kodansha's weird because their Shaman King Omnis
Yeah.
or Trio ones are the size of regular, like the Viz standard manga size. But then you have their Fire Force or like so it works when they're big size. Like, please, manga companies, have a consistent size for your mangas, please. It's confused. It makes my bookshelf look like a nightmare if I don't. I had to order them by company, but company
Do
pretty
I
much
need to
because of
go to
that
the Barnes
scenarios.
and Noble and film more examples?
Yeah, because oh god, it's a nightmare.
I mean, I have enough
Size.
examples in the house, but I also am like, maybe I'll just go to Barnes and Noble and be like, look at all these sizes.
Also,
Yeah.
like, see, I mean, I did a big time. I'm saying this. I did a big manga. Don't let me near Barnes and Nobles because
Mm.
I'm gonna spend like $100 on manga and comics alone by accident.
Yeah, it's
Can
easy to do. I usually am
I
like,
go
I'm
like, oh,
gonna go in and buy this one Gundam Thunderbolt volume, and I walk out with like 4 manga things.
yeah, because I
Yeah.
went to Barnes Noble this weekend to see because I mean see a lot of people find a lot of Figuarts at Barnes Noble, so I always go there to see what I can
Mm.
find. Problem was there a lot of those figures they have are great selections. Problem was they're coming the next day in the mail for me. So
Yeah.
whoops scenario. So I go to the manga section and came out like with 10 like 5 books like 7 books.
Yep.
Oops.
The other short last week was SH Figuarts Boon Red.
It
It
was a
was
good figure.
nice. He's nice.
It's very simple, but I'm not sure that's more Sentai Figuarts or just the
It's just the
Boom
Boom Booger
Booger.
design, yeah.
Yeah, he's like small and compact. Like my god.
Yeah, his box is tiny too, but he actually comes with multiple accessories, which is nice instead of just like one weapon.
I love you say you hope for more Boom Booger, but we all know they're only gonna do at most 6. The
Yeah.
Boom Violet.
I would hope, but then again, we'll see, because they only made one Don brother.
Oh yeah, because they never
yeah.
did. Yeah, they never did. What's his name?
They never did Dorogoku, nor did they even do
Ragoku.
Murasame. All they did was Zenkaiser Black, who isn't a Don brother.
I mean, I guess it's one of those. Sadly, those in the Bandai check marks. Like, oh, okay, that's your second Sentai figure. Next, done. Next series
Yeah, like
scenario.
because they made Momotaro, but they showed Murasame, but they never actually released him. So,
God, I'm
yeah.
glad that they're stopped doing that as of so far. Actually, we don't. I
We're
say
about
that,
to
but
have
we
an
still.
event in about a week, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, here's the thing. We still don't know if Goma, the Daima like figure of Gomas is real. Is like gonna be a real figure or not because they, because we got pre-orders for Goku, Mini Goku, Vegeta, and
Vegeta,
Piccolo.
Vegeta, and Mini Piccolo. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Daima, how was the Daima dub experience?
Oh
Because we
yeah.
went to it.
I'll just switch to
Time
camera
for
while I set up next to you.
time for our weekly diet.
Yeah, I
Dragon Ball.
gotta know. Stephanie still has it.
Stephanie still has it. So I went to the screening last night.
Good.
For the Dragon Ball Daima dub, which has Stephanie Nandley as Goku again.
Oh, Super Chat from Miteki. Black Sun Kaiser was the commander of Dawn Brothers.
I don't think anybody leads the Don brothers. They do what they want. I watched that entire show and I'm like, Zenkaiser Black was there, but I wouldn't consider him a mentor, a commander. He was just the boss of 3 of those people that worked at that cafe. Or 1. Actually, no, because Saru Brother was just there all the time. He didn't actually have a job. Wait, was Yellow the only one that actually worked at the cafe? Did the rest of them just hang around like?
Well,
did.
wasn't Momo
Yeah.
wasn't the Momotaro's whole gimmick? He had
He,
odd job every week.
he was a
No,
delivery man.
he was a delivery
delivery
man.
guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blue
Anyways.
was like just sitting there philosophizing, and Black was a fugitive.
Yeah.
And Pink
The
was
most sane
what, a
man.
salary man?
Okay, the
Pink was a
most sane
salary
man
man,
ever.
Dorogoku didn't have a job. He was just there.
Was he the bum?
No,
Basically what-
technically Blue was, because Blue's like, I've never handled money. Anyways, Daima.
Yeah.
So, the dub was great. I thought it was really solid. There was it was really cool because for Dragon Ball, because of the nature of the dubs, we've had the same cast for like 20 something years.
Since Kai, yes, at least since Kai.
Yeah, like most of the it's most of the same cast for 20 years, but like it's the same cast since Kai that's done like everything. But because of everybody turning into kids, we got like a whole slew of new actors and parts.
Yeah, and this is in Japan for English and Japanese also because I
Yeah.
think some people didn't realize that the Japanese. Oh, Super Chat from Miteki. What's largest
Oh, that's
manga
Jamie's
omnibus
World.
release?
What's the largest manga omnibus release? The Death Note all in one.
Yeah, I seen that. Oh boy, that's big.
Yeah, it's like 10 inches long, or 10 inches thick. Anyways, so the thing was that what was kind of cool about it is from a dubbing perspective, is that you had Stephanie Nandley back as Goku, so you had a familiar voice, right?
Mhm.
Same way that you have Nozawa as a familiar voice in the Japanese, but then everybody else is different. But there was some like really cool like choices made, like the actor playing Mini Piccolo. I feel like was intentionally trying to sound a little bit like Dende. Like a Namekian of this age kind of thing. Like the way he spoke, like the dialect stuff was like, I was like, I thought for a
that's
second
cool.
it was the same actor that plays Dende, but it was a different actor.
Oh, Justin. Yeah, no, is that Justin Cook trying his best to play a young teenager?
Yeah, but it kind of reminded me of like Namek era Dende, in the way the voice is carried. And I don't remember who was playing Vegeta, but he was fantastic.
Vegeta is Paul Schrader too. He also plays Yuma in the English dub of Ultraman arc.
Oh yeah, no, he's great.
Yeah, how is his Vegeta? Because I'm curious about his the most.
His Vegeta
honestly.
sounded like a tiny, angry Christopher Sabat.
Perfect.
Yeah, it was really cool. And then like I thought Roshi was great. Krillin was Krillin, Krillin sounded like Dragon Ball era Krillin, which was cool. There was a lot of what it was a lot of intention for like what do these characters sound like at this age, whether we heard them at this age or not. What would they sound like?
I mean, what's nice,
But also
I mean,
still
what's
like carry themselves because they still remember. It's not like
right.
they've reverted to child mentality. They're just,
Mini.
they're mini, and so it's like it's very much like these are the adult characters. But what would their voices sound like at that age?
What's nice about both the Japanese and English of the mini cast is a lot of newer voice actors for both
Mhm.
sides. So that's just kind of nice to see like a sort of, because I know I'm not sure about the English, probably not, but like I know for switching Japan, I think a lot of the Japanese new VAs for the Japanese side are a lot of the understudies for the Dragon Ball cast, because a lot of these are like long working actors in Japanese field. So it's kind of cool to see their understudies take up the mantle
Mhm.
for these characters for Daima and stuff like that. So it's really cool to see that for the Dub Oso scenario.
Definitely. And I will say, in regards to releasing the voice actors and posting about it, that's because the screening was last night. It's weird timing because Crunchyroll is a stupid ass company I wish would burn to the ground. And I don't like them, but they, Crunchyroll's going through some scandals right now, and it's like, oh, look at our Dragon Ball
Remember,
cast, and it's like that's just because its screening happened. Like, they couldn't
well,
post
also,
about it until
I
now.
mean, let's always remember. Also, let's remember the voice, the people working on the voice production is not the same people, not the same
Yeah.
as sex as Crunchyroll. Like I
Because
enjoy.
I also think because it's not
Yep.
done by Crunchyroll's people, the dub either. It's done by
Is it Okashan? I'm not sure
I believe
because
because the credits went fast, but I think they recorded at Okatron.
either. Well, I
No,
mean
so
that's
it's
the
Sabbath.
Yeah.
yeah, it's obviously, but like that's the thing is just any of the Crunchyroll, like, or just Crunchyroll dubs or anything like that,
Mm.
is the people that are doing the bad stuff are never the people working on these things,
Yeah.
are
And
working on the
Crunchyroll,
voice.
personally, Crunchyroll is not a smart enough company to run a distraction campaign. Like Disney
Yeah,
will do something like that. Warner Brothers will do something like that. Crunchyroll's not that smart. Like
yeah,
they're
no,
yeah.
that's the thing. That's the thing is like this is the people who are doing the
Mm.
scandalous stuff at Crunchyroll are not the same people working on these dubs. Those are the voice directors, the voice casters, the voice actors.
Yep.
And a lot of time they're all they're a lot of time a lot of these voice actors are also voice directors at the same time. They're also script writers also working
They're
on
doing like 10
translating.
jobs because
Yeah,
Crunchyroll is that way.
and that's the thing, and this has been a thing since Funimation, also. And, well, not even
Mm.
just it's not just a Dallas, crunchy, funny thing. There's
Yeah.
for any like stuff like Bang Zoom and all this stuff. This has just been a thing with the voice acting anime scene for years. It's like so. Yeah, that's a lot of the bad stuff the company does. Never blame it on the voice actors and staff of like
Yeah.
working on the dub, because they're never part of that, because they don't make those decisions because they get underpaid half the time.
Mhm.
It's to do
And rolling back
that's the
around to like when
problem.
the rest of the double release, we haven't heard anything, but I would imagine we're going to hear on Wednesday after the three, because they're doing screenings yesterday, today, and tomorrow. So I think it's going to be like Wednesday. We'll hear like when will we hear the rest of the dub? When will the rest of the dub come out? They didn't play the opening at the screening. It was really awkward. Okay, so they put up this screen. They're like, "Don't leave after the credits of episode 1. Stay for episode 2." And then because the first episode starts playing the theme song and fades into the credits, right? Like the scene fades and then the credits play and the
I would say
theme song
how was
plays.
it? I would say how was how was it merged? Like how did they merge the episodes
That's what I was
again?
about,
Was
I
it
was
like a
about to get to. So the first episode fades into the credits, and then the music continues. So all those credits played. Then they just jumped into the next episode without the opening playing. They just jumped straight into it, played and no recap, played the episode, and then when the end credits would start, they just started episode 3 again with no opening, no recap, and then played the episode, and then played like new credits that were like a merger of the credits for episode 2 and 3. They weren't the ending title sequence, and then they ran the English credits with complete silence.
yeah, it's one of those like it's because it's kind of hard to merge the 3 episodes because the way how they were structured and such.
And
So it's like
you could have like The thing is, I think they could have cut the credits from the first episode if the first episode didn't have the song start playing over the
Yeah,
last
that's the
scene into the
problem.
credits. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's like I think it would have
But I was
gone
surprised
good.
they didn't at least play the opening sequence once and then the ending credits. Like it was just weird they left those out completely.
Yeah, I think that's the if it wasn't for episode 1 having that tradition to the end credits, it'll be the tradition, the compilation of the 3 episodes would have been a lot more smoother scenario.
The other
I
thing
remind
that was
it
yeah.
sounds like how it sounds like when Hasbro was screening the first 5 parts of G1
Yep.
and such like that, right?
It's like that, except it didn't have an annoying border around it. It was actually structured properly.
Yeah.
I will say, so this is the funny part. They had an introduction by Nozawa, which was sweet. I love seeing Nozawa. I could clearly tell nobody told her that she was filming an introduction for the English dub of the show, because she was like talking about like, oh, you should listen to my voice as Goku at this part and listen to this part and look at this. And I was just like, we're not going to hear your voice after this segment's over.
Oh wow!
It might be a case where they probably it was originally gonna be like a like the because like the YouTube do with the movies, like English version and Japanese version scenario.
Yeah, but that part was a little weird. The other part that was also weird was that it didn't start till 20 minutes after 7. It didn't start till 7:20. Because here's the thing. The Fathom events usually have like a 10-minute pre-show countdown, and that started at 7:10 because my theater was still running damn soda commercials until 7:10 because they had already. And so like we were there early because we're like, oh, it's Fathom. They don't have like a ton of previews, but there was like we watched 25 minutes of commercials, then we watched 10 minutes of Fathom previews. And like, here, look at the Studio Ghibli stuff. Oh, here's some Dragon Ball toy commercials. They showed a Dragon Stars commercial from 2021.
I was about to say, like Dragon Ball toy commercials. Like
yes, they showed a Dragon Stars commercial from 2021, and they showed an SH Figuarts commercial that was all about like the superhero figures.
Was it like the one where was that the Dragon Star commercial where it was like a montage of all the figures released at the time?
No, it was Golden Frieza versus Blue Goku.
Oh, the stop motion commercials they made.
Okay, yeah. And then it was like, look at all these figures, and I'm like, this ad's like 3 years old. Oh my god!
I love those stop motion commercials. Those were cool. What they made of those.
So it was just, but it was like, so by the time we actually got to the thing starting, it was like 7:20. So then by the episode starting, it was like 7:25, and then by the time we got out of there, it was like after 9. It was supposed to be an hour and a half, but it was like front loaded with all these ads, and I was just like. Man,
I'll tell you one thing.
I see why people like sometimes are like, I don't want to go to the theater because like that's a lot of commercials. Like start your trailers at Showtime. You don't need to keep running commercials after Showtime. Like Showtime's supposed to.
Hey, at least
you can show your stream this. I made a GIF of your experience.
Oh, good.
At least the commercials are at least related to the product of the movie.
Yeah, they were. Once the Fathom events countdown started. There was just completely unrelated stuff for like the first.
Imagine if T1 to TF1 is just a montage of all the Transformers commercials of the era.
That actually sounds fun, honestly. Like I didn't mind it when they started showing Dragon Ball ads, but then when they're telling me about like
Super chat for Toma. Will you talk about the David Wall Twitter posts? We will not.
It's not a news topic at the moment. Because I think we already talked about the mail controversy when it first happened.
It wasn't news, but we talked about it.
We talked about it. And until there's resolution, there's not reason to talk about it again. Because here's the thing.
But yeah.
Mail fraud is a serious thing, and they will go after companies.
Federal crime, yeah.
Yeah, like, I think it's one of those things. It's a very simple thing to understand. You know, it's mail fraud.
It's mail fraud.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what we could really Yeah, I'm not sure. There's not much we can talk about that besides what we say. It's there's gonna be repercussions about that because it's mail fraud. It's not that's a crime. So there really isn't much to comment about that and such.
Yeah, and David Wall said he left Crunchyroll, which
good,
100% good because they're stealing his mail. Why would he stick around in that company? Anyways, Cal sent this nice Homer gif of so many previews, but it was more like so many drunk driving PSAs.
And it's not just a Crunchyroll. This has been a thing. Apparently, what the other voice actors were discussing about it. This has been a thing since apparently Funimation. So this isn't just a Crunchyroll thing. This has just been with this part of the company for years for some reason.
Ready to move on to the news topics so we can just bang those out. Also, if the chat keeps getting disconnected on my side, so if you guys have a message that doesn't come through, send it again. I don't know why it's doing that. It's just what we got going on. All right, let's do our finish up our PSAs. The Haslab Ecto 1 has 21 days to go. It is at 9,133 backers of its targeted 12,000. I have no doubt that once FOMO sets in, this thing will sail to victory. Because the last 48 hours, if not
totally
Oh,
will be
dang,
free.
you're already moving on? Shoot.
Do you have something else?
That's fine.
What?
Oh, no, I just made a gif of your experience.
Oh. I don't... Did I show... Is there another gif besides the previous gif?
Oh, no, okay, no, I got up when you showed it then. Never mind.
Okay, yeah, I did show it. All right.
I know what you did.
All right, and then next up, tonight, in about 2.5 hours. Does that seem right? Sure.
After the
3 hours.
stream.
3 hours. After this stream, at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Yep.
On Hero Club's YouTube, me and Wheels will be interviewing Kyle Wodaga, a designer from
and maybe Kaos.
I'll be there. I just won't be talking. I'll be
Kaos is going to be the sheriff of the comments section.
Yeah, I'll be the moderator. I'll talk a little bit.
A super chat for Jamie's World. Any updates regarding Daima's dub release on Crunchyroll? We don't know so far.
Part of me was kind of hoping at the end of the screening they're like, watch episode 4 on November 13th or whatever.
Right. But when we get a release date, we will make a news segment of it. Yes. Just for you people and stuff like that.
We will keep you guys posted. But he says, did he do 2003 TMNT? Yes, he did. He came into our stream chat when we talked about the reveal. We will be talking to him about the 2003 line. The way it's currently structured is we're going to do like topic by topic. So we'll talk about each line he's worked on. And it will be a good time. You can't catch the live. It will be, of course, archived as a VOD with chapter times. So...
Remember, people, you go on the stream and if you go and ask if Kaos is on screen, you say, "Where's Kaos?"
Yeah.
whenever he's not on screen, everyone should ask.
And on top of that, if you guys want to ask questions and you won't be there in the live chat, you can leave questions on Hero Club's Blue Sky or Twitter post about the interview or the comments section of the stream, and then we'll try to get them in for you guys.
Yeah, I'll go grab this with the Hero Club Blue Sky.
Yeah, if you could just post those in the chat, that'd be perfect.
Well, you need the Blue Sky and
the Twitter.
The Twitter. Okay, I'll grab that.
So that way we have options for people. But if you put it in the comments section of this, we're gonna check it before the stream as well. So whichever place you do it, we'll try to get your questions in, and we'll try to do that because we want to engage the audience. Part of why we're doing it live. So that'll be tonight. And that's why we're going to get through the rest of the news, so I have time before that stream.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
you need time to set up. Yeah.
Yeah, I need time to set up. I need time to like decompress and re-energize. I've done double streaming before, and it.
I mean,
yeah.
We had that whole week. Remember that week?
Oh god, that one week where I streamed 3 times and you were streaming like 3 times.
That was the most. I mean, that's still one of my favorite weeks we've done for the channel.
I made a comment about it. Remember where I was like, "Yeah, that was great stream with you." Then you and me look at each other like we would never want to see each other again.
Yep. Yeah, Psycho, we did the member giveaway last week, so we did cover that. Yeah, no, it's fun stream. I kind of want to, like, part of me is also like, let's do a stream week around the holidays because I want time off. It can be exhausting to stream that much, but I also don't have to make videos. So
yeah, all right.
I mean, with Reader
Rewind coming up. Yeah. Plus we could do some stream week stuff. I feel like
we should definitely we kind of have to stream now.
Yeah, we kind of have to stream, and also we could recharge, and also it can give me a chance to start working ahead on the rundowns because that's coming up soon. It's gonna be in January.
I mean, also, I'm actually.
Yeah.
Speaking of Reader's Rewind, I love there's been gameplay videos coming out for that, and I love the 3D modeled Megazord. He looks so dumpy.
He looks great
in those gameplay clips of it.
I do really like him. All right,
I love 3D modeled Dino Megazord. And my favorite part, have you seen the model has these little tiny little legs when he moves around? It's so funny.
I love the way that game's shaping up. I'm looking forward to Power Rangers Readers Rewind. All right, you guys ready for the entertainment news?
Yep.
Here we go.
Well,
Starting
ready or
off
not.
with the sad topic of the week. This was I don't usually cover actor deaths, but Tony Todd passed away at 69 last week, and the reason why this made me so sad is because I got a chance to meet Tony Todd about 7 years ago at a convention, and I was so happy to meet him because he's been in so many things. If you don't know his face, you know his voice. He was on Star Trek Deep Space Nine. He not only played Worf's brother Kern, he was also the future Jake Sisko in the emotionally powerful episode The Visitor, one of the best episodes of Star Trek ever made. Tony Todd's incredible. He had such a great career.
In terms of film roles, he was the Candyman,
Yes.
the horror
Yep,
character. He
that's
does a
what I
lot of work
remember
in
him the
horror.
most. Yep.
Candyman. He was but in terms of voice roles, he played Fallen in the original Fallen, Dreadwing in Transformers Prime, Darkseid in the Camus, after Justice League Warren, Scareglow in Master Universe Revelation, and Venom in Insomniac Spider-Man 2.
Yeah. And he's absolutely had an incredible career. But the thing I'll remember him the most for is when I met him, and at the time I was trying to work in the film industry, and I was telling him that because he was like, "Oh, what do you do?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm going to film school, and I'm trying to like work in the film industry." And he said, "This industry can be really mean to people. Follow your heart, don't follow the money. The money will always just lead you to pain. Follow your heart, and you'll always be happy." And
Man,
me doing YouTube full
That's
time
definitely.
is not a follow the money type thing. This is a follow the heart type thing. So today's
It has to
stream in
feel-
tribute of Tony Todd, whose words have always stuck in my
That's-
brain.
Yeah, that is definitely a great mindset to come
Mhm.
true, especially.
And you can see it reflected in his career. He wasn't making like trying to make like the most money as an actor. He was trying to do the things he wanted to do the most, because you can tell just how much he enjoyed everything he did.
Mm-hmm.
So, we lost another great one, but we will always remember Tony Todd, and that's why I wanted to bring this up, because I usually don't cover the deaths, but this one hit me because I had such a personal interaction with him that
Oh yeah, it makes sense.
yeah, that it really hits me deep. So that is I don't know how to transition off that. We're just going to talk about Marvel stuff now, okay? I can't transition smoothly. But anyways, let's talk about D23 Brazil, which was the first time they've ever done this. But basically, D23, which is Disney's like convention that they do every year, they usually swap between Anaheim and Orlando. They just bounce back and forth. This time they decided to also add a Brazil. Brazil Comic-Con's usually a big event, and DC has dominated in Brazil. They're like, if anybody loves DC, it's Brazil. As evidence when Brazil got blocked Twitter blocked Brazil, and like all the DC fan accounts disappeared overnight.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
What's the anime? What's the show in anime? Was it Saint Seiya? Brazil loves, right?
Brazil loves Saint Seiya as well, yeah. But they love DC. They love genre films, and I think Disney was like, "Hey, can we like maybe convince some of those fans to also like Marvel and Star Wars and stuff by like bringing actors out and giving them a cool event?" I don't know how successful it was, but I think it's cool that they're kind of expanding the idea. And so with this, this is the official Disney like website article write up for this, because it's the only place I could find all the info in one place.
Yeah,
So.
I certainly done. I didn't even know they do those on their site.
Yeah, they I think they do because it's D23. That's why they like do a press release. I find this in general, the Disney machine does have some really good highlights to it, because like if you're looking for any Star Wars news, it's on the official Star Wars site. If you're looking for Marvel news, it's on the Marvel site. Whereas I go on DC's website and I can't find half the news I'm looking for.
I know, right? I had to rely on DCU updates on like Twitter to know what books are coming out.
Exactly. Whereas like with like you guys notice it on the streams, like if ever I'm talking about Marvel and Star Wars, I usually have the individual articles from the official websites, like how it should be. Like report your stuff yourself. But anyways, so we're gonna take a look at this. So It was in Sao Paulo, Brazil. And they had basically one big event to announce all kinds of stuff. So first things first, let's see. They mentioned that Andor Season 2 will be coming out April 22nd. I first learned that info by booting up Disney Plus to watch a movie, and it just was like, Season 2 coming April 22nd. I was like, where'd that news come from?
I asked
And
about the timeline for Andor because season one would because I think they said that season two the gimmick is gonna be every 3 episodes could be like a year time gap or something
yes,
like that.
because Andor Season 1 took place 5 years before Rogue One. The first season of Andor takes place over the course of 1 year. And then Season 2 will take place years 2 through 5. And so it's like every 3 episodes will be a year. Because the first reason was because they thought about doing a 5-year show, but because it takes like 2 years to make a season, both Tony Gilroy and Diego Luna were like, we're not doing Star Wars for a decade of our lives at this age we're at.
Good, which good. I
Which
think
is
I'm
good.
definitely
And so then they were like, let's just do Season 2, because like Season 1 of like, how do you get Cassian Andor from being who he is to being part of the rebellion? And then Season 2 can just like build on his time in the rebellion. So I think it's going to be cool. And it's nice that it's coming out in April. So that is it. So it's gonna be 12 episodes, just like Season 1 was. I love that format because it really gives time for everything to breathe. And the first season was broken down into 3 episode story arcs, so it kind of really works. So they're gonna keep that format. It's just gonna be more more jumps in time between arcs. So pretty cool stuff. I'm excited. I love Andor, as you guys know. I don't shut
it's
up
like the
about it.
best. It's like the best Disney Star Wars thing, right?
I
Right
think
now, right?
it's the best Disney Star Wars thing because it's about something besides being Star Wars.
I think also, yeah, I think it's one of the things where it's not just a Star Wars show; it's just a good show. From what I
Yeah.
understand.
All right. They also, they had, let's see, they had a sneak peek of Mandalorian and Grogu, which I think is the same one from the D23 that was in Anaheim. They,
Do you had to lock on the Grogu cartridge on the Mando cartridge?
I wish you did. That would be funny if you just had to like connect them and then put them into your Disney Plus account. Um, there was also like a 20th Century Studios movie called The Amateur. Well, I don't know what that is. We're moving on. James Cameron had a live feed because they're filming Avatar: Fire and Ash, so they showed some concept art. That's apparently coming out December of next year.
That name always sounds like a sequel, like video game title. That doesn't sound like the third movie. That sounds like
The
some
Way
kind
of
of like,
Water also felt that way.
yeah, like that. These sound like video game spin-offs, not like Avatar 2 and 3.
Do I get on my soapbox about how Avatar movies look like video games to me, just really well rendered because of the way they do them and the
I
way
mean,
they
most of that.
shot.
I mean, that's
I think they made a
how they
big
look
deal
like to
about.
everybody.
Yeah.
I think they made a big deal about like the newest Avatar video game looking like the movies, which ironically enough, something like that.
Yeah, it's because I think the movies look like video games. Anyways, um, next up, Marvel Studios, which they're doing 9 things next year, so they're just always going to have news. Um, they first of all they had a new trailer for Captain America: Brave New World, and the trailer was actually released to the public this time. How nice! It feels good to not have to watch somebody's cell phone footage.
I saw some of the kids because I was walking at GameStop and I actually
Hmm.
found movie Tree Shadow. I saw some of the kids' toys for this movie, and man, they're I don't know what Hasbro was doing with those weird. They have like a weird like, oh, you can make them fly gimmick where it's like a giant hand up Sam's back or something like that to make him
Oh
look
my
he's
god.
flying.
Hasbro and kids' toys are a thing that don't mix anymore, do they? Uh,
Nope.
anyways, I like the trailer. I thought it looked good. There's some wonk ass CGI, but it's a
So a
2020s
Marvel,
movie. That's
yeah, but so a modern Marvel movie.
not a Marvel movie. Um, it looks good. I'm into the idea of it, and I love Sam Wilson as a character too much to like not be excited to see it. I just hope
That's
it
the
comes
thing.
together pretty
Yeah, the
good.
movie is the movie. There's gonna be a 50-50 chance the movie could be a mess, but like I just want I love Sam as a character, so
Yeah.
that's why I'm hoping for the best for this film at the very least.
Welcome, Santos Celine. My favorite moment in this trailer is my favorite moment from the first one, where President Ross tells Sam, "You're not Steve Rogers," and Sam's like, "Yeah, you're right, I'm not." And I'm like,
Yeah, I
"Yeah,
love that.
that's exactly why I love Sam,
Oh, you
because he's different."
shave your You shave your mustache? Yes. What was the lines like? You
Lose the mustache or lose the election.
election.
But
I love
anyways,
that.
it should be. It looks solid. I think it. It's. I don't think it's going to be the most amazing movie in the world, but I think I will probably have a good time with it based on what I've seen. All right. Then they had a promo for the Thunderbolts that actually like made me really on board with this movie. And I don't know if that's just me like looking for positivity, but I just like, oh, this looks fun. I'm kind of into it. It may also be Florence Pugh because I think she's carrying everything on her shoulders again. But I don't know. Florence Pugh's great. David Harbour's hilarious. Um, John Walker getting told he's a knockoff Captain America or whatever was really fun.
Do you really just? I
Bucky's
just need to
haircut
go.
is still unfortunate.
I probably just not watch trailer. I would probably just go watch the film when it comes out because I don't want I have this kind of expectation for a Thunderbolts movie like Thunder because
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of the comic.
I'm
So
looking at it the way that I looked at
yes,
which was the other team they did in the MCU that was just didn't reflect the team. It's one of those like this is the Thunderbolts
well,
of this universe, which is
well,
not as
Ted,
cool as ours.
I mean, technically all besides the Avengers, all of them technically.
Yeah,
Yeah, in a way. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but like I'm
Actually.
just going in as it's gonna be it's just a buddy comedy of like Elena and Bucky babysitting
it's Black
these
Widow
misfits.
too.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm gonna go into the film like
Yeah.
because like I'm not gonna because I don't want to set any expectation for the
Mhm.
film and such like that. So because I love the original Thunderbolts comic so much, so much. I was like I'm going to I'm trying not to have that sway
Yeah.
my feelings on the film's actual merits and such like that. So I'm just gonna go in
Me with
blind for this
Fantastic
film.
Four every time it comes around.
Well, but I mean, with Fantastic Four, I'm vibing with that movie because of the
I
aesthetic
am.
alone.
Also, Walker Gipp asked, when does the movie officially start Phase 6? We're still at 5. Phase 6 starts with Fantastic Four first steps. So that's when that starts. Um,
It is the
All
last
right.
sick.
it's funny because like Kevin Feige also mentioned while on stage, like, oh, after Secret Wars, the X-Men are going to be a big deal. I'm like, so we're not doing Phase 7, we're doing Phase X.
Oh,
What happened to 7 to 9?
We don't need 7 to 9. We have Phase X. It's called
I still will
X-Men
forever
Always
love
Sell.
the yeah.
Yeah.
I love the was it Michael Coppola? Was that the music? Is that what's the music? What's the music? Person doing Fantastic Four again?
Michael Giacchino.
I still love his theme for the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Like when we hear like
I
it's having
love that
the
he's worked on it so
fantastic.
far in advance that he's able to play it at concerts and stuff so we can hear the Fantastic Four with its choir chant. Also,
Just the Fantastic Four. I love that so much.
they didn't have any new news, but they did say it's a few weeks from being wrapped filming, so this movie's happening. I'm excited. Fantastic Four is like I think the MCU thing I'm looking forward to the most right now because it's the Fantastic Four. And I think they got the tone right so far from everything we've seen. They got the tone right, and tone is a big part of it. What was the other thing I was going to say related to Fantastic? Oh, Michael Giacchino. I found out that Michael Giacchino's son is a composer too, because he
In the
composed the
family,
Penguin series, and I'm just like,
it's in the
oh,
family business.
it's family business, and I'm like, and the Penguin score is pretty good too, so I'm like, oh, well, someone inherited the talent. This is great. All right, Common Joe just says, what about Spider-Man 4? Spider-Man 4 is going to be
After Secret
after
Doom
Doomsday.
Day.
Because that was the other thing. It's not in the article, but people that were welcome AR. It wasn't in the article, but it was said from people that were there that Feige said that the phases like next in 2025 we're getting 9 projects as kind of like a slate cleaner, like catch up on everything that was in production, and then starting in 2026 it's going to be 2 movies and 3 shows a year, which sounds super healthy. Like you can do show, movie, show,
So
movie,
they
show.
were trying to do. I think they were trying to do. I think when Disney Plus first started, they were trying to do that. But I think
Yeah,
with the combination of COVID and
Chapek.
just the bloat, Chapek, it sadly that fell off. I'm glad they're going back to that because I think that was always the plan. Because I think I remember
Mhm.
the original timeline sheet, the original like plan of
Yeah.
Phase 4
And then the
onwards, and
COVID
I think
delays screwed up the movie plans and the show play. Yeah, everything got just like thrown out the window after that.
yeah.
Yeah. I think it's smart because it kind of like you can put 2 movies at 2 big times a year, and then the 3 shows can go between. I think that's healthy. I think that's good. And I think that will be good. So like we know that the 2026 movies are going to be Avengers Doomsday and Spider-Man 4, and then Secret Wars is 2027, so there'll be another movie that year as well. I think when they say 3 shows, I'm gonna assume maybe like 2 live action, 1 animated, or 2
One
animated, 1
animated.
live action.
Yeah, and
yeah.
some of these could be just easy like mini series like Zombies or
Yeah.
Eyes of Wakanda. Also,
And I guess we'll see if Eyes of Wakanda and Zombies do well, if we'll get more of those, or if
yeah.
because like they didn't make any more specials after Werewolf by Night and Guardians.
But I'm sad because I did like them.
I like that
always,
format, but I think they realized like if we're gonna go make a special, we might as well just make a show.
yeah.
Welcome Logic Blaster. Blade Reader says I'd cut a show per year, but healthier than it's been. Yeah, I think 3 shows is fine as long as it's not like what the biggest thing is like when you can have a show like Agatha or Echo like we got this year, where it's like if you want to watch them, they're there. If you don't have to. Like I think cutting down the quote unquote homework will help the general audience perception of stuff too, which is important for the movies. The movies need the general audience because of how much they cost. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a
Also helps the rage bait slow down because like I feel like She-Hulk because I feel like She-Hulk wouldn't got like because you didn't see that much like outcry for like stuff like Echo because they were because I feel like She-Hulk would have been the similar vein of Echo and Agatha where the people you're gonna see talk about those the most are the people watching it, but like I don't know.
Because She-Hulk came out like right at the same time as Andor and like the same time as something else. It was like a pack.
Miss Marvel. It was like Miss Marvel. Like, it came out the height of that Disney Plus. Like
when we had Miss Marvel and Obi-Wan airing at the same time, and Andor and She-Hulk airing at the same time.
That bloat. They came out during the big bloat with Disney Plus, so which is why I sadly
and also a lot of toxic people came from Star Wars into Marvel. Just
saying. So I think that's why She-Hulk got so much toxicity.
Because I mean, Agatha as a show has mostly women. There's like 1 male character in it, and he's gay, and everybody's gay, and they're witches, and they do singing, and there's not many. There's not action scenes. It's more drama stuff. Like
and Echo also stars a woman who's
a deaf woman with a artificial leg who is in a show that's like 60% sign language.
And also,
Native American.
Native American, and then you didn't hear any rage bait of those who show it at all because I think because they came out just by themselves, they weren't like in another big bloat of Disney Plus. I think this helps these shows not. I think this helps. It's just kind of a nice feel not to have that constantly now anymore.
Yeah,
it was like.
I think it's good. I think it's good for these shows to kind of exist in their own spaces, and it's also good for these shows not to have the pressure of super high budgets and needing to appeal to everybody, right? Like the shows could have a more niche focus.
She-Hulk, I understand why She-Hulk was live action because I mean that's the main MCU, and it was kind of a sitcom at the same time. But
I think they underestimated how expensive She-Hulk was going to cost.
She-Hulk would be. I mean, they made a joke about that in the finale.
Yeah, and I think that was probably like less a joke and more like we're actually out of money.
Yeah, they should have made either She-Hulk a special or animated. I just think it just would save them so much.
Because the thing is that it was very much like Chapek was just throwing cash at everything, and then Chapek like had to stop throwing cash at everything because they started losing money and stuff. So it's like
I think that's She-Hulk's one of those things where like
she got caught in the crossfire of many things.
Yeah, it's one of those unfortunate because I think the show itself is pretty harmless. I know it's harmless. I think the violence outrage you got was so unneeded.
I think part of it too was because a lot of toxic fandom were in the show, but they were portrayed as the villains.
Yeah, because woman.
Yep. So I think that with the shows, if they're gonna go to this format, like I really loved Agatha and Echo, but like I watched them, like this aren't for everybody, but I really liked them, and their budgets were low enough that they don't have to appeal to everybody. I think that's the biggest thing is the budget control. So I really do look forward to kind of the new MCU format. All right, so speaking of animation, because they had a reel for animation which talked about What If Season 3. We'll talk about that in a moment. They showed some footage from Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, And then they showed the same trailer they've been showing for Daredevil at like 6 different conventions, except
It's
for
the
the
same.
public.
It's the same family of Spider-Man of Peter killing someone with a brick.
No, it's the same reel from D23 in Anaheim, which was like
Ah,
the opening title sequence.
ah,
So,
okay.
and then they showed some Daredevil stuff. Then they had some other things. They had a Toy Story 30th anniversary panel, and they showed a piece of concept art from Toy Story 5 where there's a bunch of Buzz Lightyears in a shipping container, like as an army breaking out.
Oh yeah, no, because that's the plot. It's gonna be an army of like app control Buzz.
Yeah. Oh, also, I
Uh,
appreciate that Jose Carioca was like the mascot of D23 Brazil since he's a Brazilian parrot. Like,
mhm.
he should be. But anyways, that pretty much was D23 Brazil. And then following that up, we got What If's final trailer for the final season of What If, which all the trades, rightfully so, pulled out this bit about Storm that's in the trailer. That Storm is in it, which makes it the first non-MCU character to show up in What If. Because while X-Men 97 is a Marvel Studios production,
Does the mention of Uncle Ben count in the zombie episode of What If
technically
count?
no, because Ben Parker's name is on a suitcase in Far From Home.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is the first time we've gotten a non-MCU character in What If, and it is specifically a variant of X-Men 97 Storm because Miss Allison
Well,
Seeley Smith is voicing Storm.
well, I can't just so it's just a variant of the 90 universe Storm in general,
Yeah,
then not just 97.
but it's also I think because I think it's because there is a lot of I think there's a lot of like intention behind Marvel to go like 90s X-Men cartoon is in our multiverse. Like this is part of that
I mean,
kind of.
well, I mean, this is just the problem with them calling it MCU 616. Just make it part. Just make it just a part of the Marvel unit, like the
It is
multiverse and stuff like that.
officially it is under universe number 199999.
99999.
Um
But like them,
the other
it's such
thing
yeah. But
the other thing adding to it is that the Marvel the thing with multiverses, and they actually touched on this in Lower Decks recently, in Star Trek Lower Decks. What really designates a number? Like, what makes you Earth 1 and you Earth
mhm,
2? It's just whoever
yeah,
discovered the other, right? There was this whole, they had this episode in Star Trek Lower Decks where they met an alternate reality version of their ship and everybody. And they're like, okay, now we need to get rid of the other universes. And it's like, hey, how do you know that you're not the other universe to us? Maybe we're the originals. Um, so I never get hung up on multiverse numbers because of that.
mhm.
Um, so it does seem like Marvel's kind of going the DC approach of all of our stuff took place in one multiverse, and that's fine. It gives us options.
How you
This
feel
will
about
be
the
yeah.
how you feel about the Avengers Megazord?
There's an Avengers Super Robot combination sequence, and it involves the 10 rings, and I'm like, yes, please, more of that.
I love the Moon Knight mecha.
Moon Knight mech is pretty great. There's a lot of cool stuff. There's Cowboy Shang-Chi and Kate Bishop. It looks like it's gonna be a wild season. It's gonna be
8 episodes.
eight episodes instead of 9. The previous 2 seasons were 9 each. It was funny because season 1 was supposed to be 10, but then they had to delay the
The
Sakaar
Gamora.
episode
Yeah.
with Gamora to season 2. And then season 2 was going to be 10, but they had to delay the Red Guardian Winter Soldier Buddy Cop episode to this season. So I think they were just like, at some point, they're like, well, this is the last season, so we're just going to make it 8. You know,
That,
we have one
yeah,
carried over,
yeah,
so.
I think that's the thing. You know, you mentioned the buddy cop, like Winter Soldier, Red Guardian episode. I think back to the Christmas episode. Like, I think it's like I think the thing with What If is like the problem with I think with What If, and not like it turns out like bad, but more of
Yeah.
like some of these stories are not What Ifs and more just like Avengers. Like this is just like What If assemble continue episode
Yeah, I
scenarios.
know,
And
like,
I'm like
the
me.
Happy Hogan episode, I was like, nothing about this says it has to be an alternate universe.
This could just yeah. This is just a plot of like if Assemble got another season,
Yeah.
or something like that.
But I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be daily drops starting December 22nd, which is what they did last year. I guess that worked because they're doing it again. Storm is confirmed to be in 2 episodes. So, I believe it'll be like an episode
So you're
about
looking for
her,
so
and
you're
then
looking for
one she'll
so,
they'll have a
so will you
crossover.
get those Marvel Legends when they come out?
Oh, of course. If it's Storm, I buy. I need to do my every Storm ever video probably around the time this episode comes out. or now, I guess. But one or the other. I need to build more of my X mansion so I can get my storm out of that.
How's building that? Have you been building with the family?
I have been
With that?
building my X mansion. I've gone through 9 bags so far, out
Have
of
you do
24.
you do has you and your family built a box? Like, did your mom and dad build their own box, or are you just building it by yourself?
I've been building it. Well, I've not been building it by myself. I've been working on the X Mansion exclusively, but my mom has Animal Crossing Lego sets she hasn't built all year.
Mhm.
And so my mom was like, "Oh, we could just like sit together and like I could build my Animal Crossing sets and you could build your mansion." And
Aw.
then so we're just
Aw.
we have this table and we're just like building and we're both using like the Lego Builder app now because I found out that's actually kind of amazing. Um,
Mm,
my favorite part is that when you add a piece to an existing part, it glows the new piece. So, like, I
mm.
haven't missed anything yet, which is pretty cool. So we just been
Yeah, because
sitting
I
there.
missed. Yeah, it's not that I missed that when building sets.
Yeah, because I always miss that, like, some of the little tiny things. So I've been enjoying the X Mansion build. I've got 2 floors of the main section done. I need to get back to more of it, but, we've just been building. Like, she's building, like, Tom Nook's house, and I'm building, like, Xavier's Cerebro set. So it's, like, it's been fun. We've just been kinda, like, chilling and enjoying.
Did Tom Nook break one of X-Men's kneecaps for not paying rent?
Not yet, but that's because, we got Jean Grey early, so he wouldn't dare. All right, let's do some Blu-ray news. How about Blu-ray news? I like Blu-rays. You
Woo.
guys like Blu-rays? Um,
Yes.
yeah,
It wasn't. It's one of those unfortunate things where if didn't spend a lot of money the last week, I would have bought stuff in the Discotek sale. That was happening.
I
Was
told
happening.
myself don't look at the Discotek sale. You just bought an X Mansion,
Yes, I bought
so
like I was paying for all my Figuarts plus the manga stuff and the DVDs. I was like,
yeah.
no, I can't spend more. I need to save money.
All right, Blu-ray news. So first up, we have Scream Factory and Shout Factory's January releases, which includes The Last Voyage of the Demeter on 4K, which I think we talked about. Like, if I'm going to watch that movie, I might as well buy it on
Hmm.
4K. We got John Carpenter's Vampires, which that's fun. That's
I
coming out
heard
on
about I
4K.
heard about that movie.
Yeah, I've
I
heard
heard
about it. I've
that
never
movie's like
watched it.
wild. I heard like that movie's like wild apparently.
Mm. We got Shaw Brothers Classics Volume 5, including The
Yeah.
Silent Swordsman, Our Word of the Sword, The Fastest Sword, Twin Blades of Doom, 12 Deadly Coins, Vengeance is a Golden Blade, A Taste of Cold Steel, The Iron Buddha, The Jade Face Assassin, Mission Impossible, not that one, or that one, and 6 Assassins. So that's pretty rad. And then rounding it out, we have Sanctum on 4K.
I think the newest movie just got the trailer release today for that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That did come out today. I saw a YouTube ad for it. Anyways, and then Sanctum on 4K, which is a James Cameron movie. So wait for reviews on the transfer.
Yeah.
Because it's not to say that Shout Factory is going to do a bad job, but James Cameron likes to
It was,
approve all of his
yeah,
transfers, and he's kind of stupid about it.
I was saying when it comes to just like films by Jim Carrey, he's got like if you're gonna do release it, he's got spy like you on the like a hawk.
Yep. All right. Next up, Warner Archive's December releases include Black Eye. I have no idea what that movie is, but the poster scares me. The Tall Target, which is a Golden Age Hollywood film. Those are fun because they include like broadcast stuff that would like play. Like they would include the cartoons that would play before that movie. They would include like
That's nice.
newsreels. It's kind of a neat
Super
thing that
chat
they're
from
doing.
Miteki, the 20th one. Could
Yes.
Jack fit on the door at the end of the Titanic?
Yes, but the door was too smooth from the DNR process that James Cameron approved, so he'd slide right off anyways. And that's my James Cameron dig of the day. We've got Nora Prentice, which was another classic Golden Age film. Spanish Main. We got Night Full of Rain and Cary Grant and Lauren Day in Mr. Lucky. So that's pretty cool. Look at this terrifying poster for Black Eye. Whenever the cane turns up, someone turns up dead.
I love old movie horror posters. They're so like abstract and crazy. I love it.
Oh yeah, And then Warner Archive's biggest announcement, they're doing 4Ks now, showing you how little the Warner Brothers company actually is invested in 4Ks. They're like, hey, Warner Archive, you keep doing your thing, but now you can do 4Ks. And their first one will be John Ford's The Searchers, a very classic Western film. And they're going to be doing a 4K and Blu-ray combo pack, as well as a standalone Blu-ray. And yeah, so all companies that don't want to do standalone Blu-rays or Blu-rays with 4K packs, Warner Archive, the manufactured on demand company, is doing them now. So, yep.
Hey, they're a good manufacturer on demand company.
It is. They are. Warner Archive honestly does better work than Warner Home Video, like 100%.
There's always you always think they're like the same company, but they're not. They're all the same department, but they aren't. They aren't.
Yeah, they're different teams. They're different subdivisions. Yeah, there's a whole different thing. They did get unfortunately downsized when a certain stupid CEO came into power, and they haven't been they haven't been pumping out TV shows like they used to. It's pretty much only been movies because they don't have the people necessary to do like multi-disc releases, which is a bummer. But now that we got 4Ks,
so what you're saying is what you're saying is you should do a version of your Disney home media video, but for Warner Brothers instead.
I could, if the depression doesn't cause me to quit halfway through.
That's honestly one of my favorite videos, and I know thankfully it still holds up honestly to this day. Honestly,
I think it's almost a little bit sad how that video has aged like fine wine.
Yeah, that's the caveat. Yeah,
yeah, like the nice part is that video has held up well. The bad part is it's not gotten better.
Nope, it's only slightly.
Yeah.
But I think this is one of your my favorite videos you did is a Disney home media video.
Thank you. Because I enjoyed doing that one. It was fun researching it too. Because I would look at shows I never even followed.
All the Cartoon Network shows that are just gone to the void because there's no home media release of them.
All right. Well, let's see what's up next on the notes. Bandai time. It's Bandai time.
Woo!
Woo! Click. Bandai. All right, so first up, in case you love Gav and you're ready for Premium Bandai, they're got you going here. The Oshiberry Gojitsu Set 01 will contain Popping Gummy and Kicking Gummy, which will feature voice lines of not only the Gojicho, but also of Shoma, as well as music from the series. I believe the blog post said these are like 10% larger than the normal ones, so I don't think they'll work in the belt, but they will have a bunch of sounds in them.
Well, because they're CG, but are there like technically? I guess in that case, are they? I guess like show accurate size. I guess
they are because they do have physical props with them.
Okay.
Yeah. They literally take these little guys and just like puppet them around. Like it's adorable.
Okay, good. How is Gav? Because I haven't seen anything of Gav. Is it good?
I like it. Yeah. I think it had a massive tone issue when it started, but it's settled itself out really nice now. So I'm really enjoying it. The tone issue was they would do the darkest things you've ever seen on Sunday morning kids TV,
and then Candy,
and then Candy that talks and makes it was the dichotomy of super dark and super cute at the same time, and I'm just like, this is a little much. But they managed to tone down the darkness a little bit, like not enough to take it out of the show, but like tone it down a bit so it felt better. It felt like it clicks better is what I'm saying. But yeah, these are coming out, and there's also a second set for Kamen Rider Valen, which is his white and milk chocolate.
Chocolate.
So, the other thing too I love about it is they actually play with the fact that like the powers are food based, because like when he gets armor that's made of chocolate, it acts like chocolate. It can melt easy. It's breakable. The chips are breakable. The gummy stuff is a little bit sturdier than the marshmallows, but the marshmallows can kind of take more impact. Like it's kind of neat. They really thought the show through. But these are fun for those that want them. It's just kind of crazy. We're already getting like quote unquote Memorial Edition stuff like this early.
Well, I mean, if they're not usable in the belts, then like I think these are more definitely puppet versions. Like they have to be like the puppet versions than the ones using the belt and such like that.
And I have a feeling we're going to see more of them. I don't know. This is the end. Also, because apparently, according to a bunch of retailers, the Gav toys has sold better than any Rider show in the last like 5 years.
I'm surprised on it. I mean, I guess because I think the appeal for the Gab toys, even though my problem with the Goduchi is there's only like 3 molds of them, is
Yeah.
they're kind of toys by themselves. Like it's
Mhm.
why I think it's why I called like the Spark dolls one of the best Tokusatsu gimmicks. Since they're 2 toys in one, you get it's the gimmick, but it's just a action
Also,
figure
in the
itself.
show, they have like hordes of these, like they're Pikmin.
Yeah,
So there's
like
just
the
a
like
bunch.
the Gagochis, they're not only just little creatures, but they're like all the gadgets are like little vehicles and
Mhm.
play sets and all that stuff for them. So like you're getting 2 toys in one. You're getting role play toys, but like little like play sets and vehicles for it. It reminds me a lot of the I think like Munch Packs was like the toy
Yeah.
line back in the day. So it reminds me of that and such. I think that's the plus of having a nice variety and a toy line like
And
this
then
and
also they have
such.
the blind bags, which get you either the regular face or an alternate face for them.
I
So I
do love
think
the
that
packaging of the gummy sets where they're like the Japanese like snack
yeah.
style.
I
I
think
like.
they made a really cool, fun toy line out of
It
it
reminds
for
me
sure.
of the food droids where they came in Happy Meals practically.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of like that. It's kind of that vibe. Yeah, Muteki, I did say the last 5 years. The game was like 12 years ago. 11, 12.
Ugh,
Yeah, we're old.
don't say that. Don't say that.
All right. In other Bandai news, Bandai America's next Dragon Stars Battle Pack will be Ultra Instinct Sign Goku and Jiren. So this Goku is, it seems like a lot of new parts compared to the old Ultra Instinct Sign.
I think the Goku like the sign is a different version of the one released. I think let me just do a quick Google
I
search.
have a spreadsheet on the Discord now. Would you guys like to see it?
Actually, actually, yeah. Let me. Actually, I should just use. Yeah, let me go use
What
that.
spreadsheet?
I have a bunch of
Hmm.
checklists and guides, which are in our Discord. We have guides and checklists to shows, to toy lines and stuff. And I decided to do a Dragon Stars one because we hadn't done one yet. Like nobody had done one. And I thought, well, why not me? And so I had some time this weekend, decided to do it. But this time I actually added images, which I hadn't done to any of my previous because Spin Dash's guides are so cool that I was like, I gotta step it up.
It helps like keep track. It's better to keep track than just reading text.
Yeah, I want to do it to
Where was-
Marvel Legends as well, but what I'm gonna do is like
That's a lot.
it's a lot, and I'm gonna work on it. But what I want to do with my Marvel Legends collection is I want to organize and get all their accessories put with the figures. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the images in as I go like sorting my collection, but then also it'll be like the first tab on the Marvel Legends one is just like one long list of every single figure that's been released, and that'll stay that way, and the images will be added to the year by year tabs.
Oh yeah, there you go. So the Ultra Instinct sign was just a head swap of the shirtless Goku mold. So this is a brand. It has a new torso where it's the rip up the blue shirt, the rip up blue shirt. So that's a 100% new like part of this release, which is
Yeah,
really nice to see because
there you
I
go.
always associate sign with the blue shirt more than just shirtless
Yep.
as such.
So
This-
here it is on the spreadsheet. Oh, I zoomed in too much. Oh my god. I was just gonna pull it up so that we can have it for the audience. So here's the Ultra Instinct sign. Like Ryan said, it had the bare torso, whereas the one in the 2-pack now has a shirt to it and a different expression. I think expression's a little different. No, they're about the same.
Yeah,
Um,
but
but yeah,
still, it's nice because it's really nice because again, Sign is more known with the blue shirt, but also I remember right the figure art. That was a con exclusive. Like
it
I forget
was.
which. So and
Yeah.
that a lot of people missed that. So this is like a good like cheap alternate alternative for that.
And then
Also,
also
just
with
nice to get.
Jiren here, he has a yelling expression compared to the original
Which is
release.
nice. I don't think they have re-released Sheeran yet because they've been doing a lot of releases of older figures with the new style packaging
Yeah.
with the less big window. I don't think they've done a release of Jiren yet. So it's nice that they're
Yeah,
nice to
because
get
last time
Jiren
Jiren
out
came
there.
out was in 2018. There was a metallic Jiren, but he was part of a convention exclusive set
See what? Yeah, what
in
Ultra Instinct Goku?
2019. Yeah,
Mhm.
so it's been a hot
I hope,
minute.
I hope they release Kale and Kaba because those two have not been
And
released yet.
then
Especially
make
Kale.
caulifla.
Yeah, I mean, hey, hey, at least they. I mean, it's honestly surprised they made Kale as a build figure. Honestly, that wave. Honestly,
Yeah, I was kind of shocked when they made her, but it's sad that we haven't gotten caulifla to go with her.
yeah.
But yeah, if you guys are in our Discord, you can come take a look and look at all of the Dragon Stars. I found everything, including like international exclusives. I've got it up to date, up to what's been announced so far. So, yeah, go check it out. There's, for anyone wondering, there has been 92 single packed figures.
It's honestly a lot. It's one of the things where man, there's a bit. A lot of this line's been going since what 20 when the Ninja Steel came out
2017.
2017. So
Yep.
it's honestly really cool to see how big this line has gotten.
It also
over
is
the years
really
now.
funny that Beelzebub is in this line from Sandland because his packaging is a completely different like color scheme.
It's the same style. It's the same
Yeah.
style, but it's yellow.
So it's like you're
for that.
scrolling and it's like, oh, black box, yellow, black box, black. Like
I
it's,
do love
yeah,
the Dragon Stars packaging. It's honestly just slick.
it's nice.
It's nice and slick. It
Yeah.
looks really nice. I think Bandai America honestly has some of the best packaging of the toy like packaging design of like all the current toy stuff right now. Toy companies right
Blade
now.
Raider, the playset had a Goku for an international release. It was in
Yes.
some countries, but the US release was only this version that was just the playset.
Mhm.
The other thing is, I will say that after Series 20, which is the Roshi, after Series, no, was it 20? No, it was 18. 18 was the last time they numbered a series. So everything
Yeah.
after 18, I just numbered based on how they were released and how the packaging depicts them. But those aren't official numbers, but it's just to keep it, consistent.
Yeah, because they don't do full waves anymore. They just do
Yeah.
group releases. Like Scout Vegeta came out at the same time as Nappa.
Because
You know,
like on the Dragon Ball website, it lists like Vegeta coming out months before Nappa, but like I'm like they're on the back of Vegeta's box is Nappa, so I consider them the
yeah,
same series.
Raph State Broly came the same time as Blue
Blue Goku.
Goku
And
and
then
such like
same for
that.
like Frieza was on his own, like the version 2 first form Frieza, he was on his own, so
Mhm.
that was just he's Wave 22. Wave 23 is fourth form Frieza and version 2 Beerus. Wave 24 would be Superhero Wave 1, 25 Superhero Wave 2. I did put even though they're not in the same packaging because they're technically part of different sublines.
Beast Gohan did came out at the same time as Omega
Mega
Shenron.
Yeah, they came out at the same time. And
Boy.
so they would be a wave, except they're not because Omega Shenron is a quote unquote super figure, whereas Gohan Beast is a superhero figure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like and also like they've been doing it's like they've been doing they've also been doing like where a single it'll be technically a single figure, but it's grouped with a power pack figure like
the Majin Buu Super was released at the same time as Gotenks.
Gotenks and
Yeah.
the Baby I think Baby came at the same time as the Super Saiyan for Gogeta
yeah.
power up pack.
But I did I did separate them because they are separate. Like
There are separate lines,
Yeah.
sublines. I mean, it's really cool. Honestly, I like that I like that
Mhm.
release style. Release style where it pretty much I like Bandai's been doing these like companion figures like that.
Yeah.
Like Super Saiyan 2 Goku came at the same time as Majin Vegeta, which I should probably get the Super Saiyan 2 Goku because that's another figure that was a stupid con exclusive for Figuarts also.
Mhm. So anyways, if you guys are Dragon Star collectors and you're in our Discord and you see something I missed or got wrong, feel free to at me and I'll get it corrected. But let's get this is the next battle package. I think the battle packs are getting better. They're feeling like less. I think they're less just
Glorify releases.
yeah. Instead of glorified re-releases where they add in more effect parts or whatnot, they actually feel like you're getting like a cool value out of them, which I think is nice.
Well, I mean, it's so nice to have just these figures out again.
Yeah.
Such that I'm hoping they do more of these because there's a lot of characters that have been need to have more releases like this. Such.
Last thing on this before we continue on, AR says, "When you say they've improved over time, only one I have is Blue Vegeta from 2018. Yeah, they have gotten.
Oh, they have.
They got a lot better.
I can speak to that because I bought the old releases and they broke a lot easier.
Yes.
Omega Shenron is beautiful.
Yeah,
but now they're way more like they have better. I don't know what it is, molding or whatever. They just
quality.
Seem more
Very quality.
Yeah,
they're not they're not figure arts, but they're never meant to be figure arts.
Yeah.
They're
cheaper.
They're just a good, affordable Dragon Ball figures.
They're definitely not as hideous as that first wave.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Some of them look funny too.
Because that first wave, they were trying to copy the first. The first wave of Dragon were trying to copy the first like 1.0 Goku and such like that, and they weren't great and such like that.
Yeah.
My Broly broke his leg. My Android 18 broke her leg.
Yeah, they definitely improved a whole lot. Also, I got Dressrosa Luffy this weekend. And he actually has like a different facial expression than the the
Yeah,
Fishman
he does.
Island one. And it's funny
He's a lot
because
better.
on the packaging it doesn't look that way because of his face gets washed out by the studio light.
Yeah.
But yeah, I picked him up. I have all the Anime Hero One Piece figures now, so
Yeah, you're all up to date now. I don't think because they haven't announced another one yet so far.
yeah, no,
But
the last one to come out was Tits Out Zoro, right?
yeah, it's
Yeah,
Trees
Three
with Zoro,
Sword.
which I said
Sorry, but
I
I
didn't get.
slipped into my nickname for him.
I didn't get that because I heard that figure's like really good.
He's so good. Like the first Zoro for Anime
Traffic
Heroes,
cone, traffic cone.
my least favorite figure of the whole line. The Three Swords is like top 4, as in
Mm,
it's Chopper, Brook, Frankie, then Zoro.
mm.
Like he's great. Let's see. All right. SH Figuarts. So, speaking of One Piece, speaking of Luffy, I didn't expect them to do this, but the next One Piece Figuart is Monkey D. Luffy from Future
Egghead
Island
Island.
Egghead,
Mm-hmm.
which is the current arc in the anime. The manga just wrapped it up recently. He's going to be that nice, affordable, like 4,000 yen release. So, like, you're
$30. Yeah, like all the
Oh, good.
all the Luffys besides Gear 5
Yeah.
have been the
I like how
$30 range.
Figuarts has been doing this with like the main protagonists.
Yeah,
But
Their
yeah,
entry
they're
level.
more affordable,
they-
yeah.
I mean, thankfully, and I think thankfully the Luffy. I think unlike say Superhero Gohan, the Luffy figures don't feel like you're missing a bunch of
Yeah.
stuff like versus the Ultimate Superhero
Oh, yeah,
Gohan.
you had to buy other things just to get it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So as you can see, he's not. They didn't do cloth for the coat, because I think that wouldn't have been possible because of all the
I think
detail.
it's too hard. I think
And
the
it would
Egghead
have made
Island.
him like $100 because that would have been a lot of
Yeah.
cloth. So even if they had done cloth, he would have been very expensive. But I think it works for what they got here. It looks to be posable.
What it looks is
Welcome, Spin Dash.
he might because he might have looked like you look at Fraud, he definitely looks like a Traffico. But I think how they engineered the skirt because it looks like the skirt's in multiple layers. It looks like it was like a soft plastic like Ichiko's coat
It does
or
mention, where was the words? Dynamic movement is achieved by using soft parts at key points.
yeah. So I
Yeah.
think that's gonna be the case for him.
Interesting though, he doesn't have a hat on look. It's
Well, it's nice because all the Luffy so far, besides Gear 5, has been hat only or hat only, this is the first like normal release because I think
because
the
Gum Gum accessory pack comes with the hat on the string.
yeah, this is the
Yeah.
first Luffy that comes with a hat on the around the neck area, which is
Yeah.
nice which is nice. The faces, I first thought the faces were the same as the Romance Dawn one because I legitimately have it right here, but they are slightly different. They're not. They have similar facial expressions, but they are a bit like the angry shouting one almost looks the same as the one that comes with Romance Dawn, but there is some differences in the sculpting.
And it does
Which I
mention
like.
the included expression parts are compatible with Luffy,
Yeah, all those-
Onigashima, and Luffy Do's
all
Adventure.
yeah,
So I imagine that
all-
that earpiece is it'll just plug onto the
yeah.
the side of his the ear is still there under there basically.
My only concern about them releasing this is like they did not finish the Wano versions of the cast. I
Yeah.
understand why. I understand because a lot of those designs are really hard to make because Nami and Robin look they're literal traffic cones.
Yeah.
But like I really hope we don't get.
They've never made a Figuarts Usopp.
Yeah, I hope we don't. I hope this doesn't become a trend where they stop halfway through. True because we're still like incomplete. I mean, so far I think like because with Wano has the Tree Boys and I know Yamato's
Yamato
telling
and Kaido, and then Kid and Law. So
I'm more talking about Straw Hats.
for Straw Hats, yeah, we only have 3.
I know Yamato is not part of Straw Hats, but he was kind of a unofficial member, like kind of like a Vivi was an unofficial member. That technically she is a member of the Straw Hats.
Law is also like an unofficial member.
Official member, but so that's like for Wano you got at least 4.5 for Wano. Then so far with Romance Dawn we have 3 so far with Luffy, Nami, and Zoro coming out, and so I'm hoping we don't like let's say we get eggheads of so and so.
Egghead Chopper is the first Figuarts Chopper.
No, yeah, I hope it's not like okay, you get Egghead, Luffy, Robin, and Chopper, or something like that.
I feel like they're doing this for 2 reasons. I feel like one, they want
brand synergy. Yeah, that's a big thing.
Brand synergy. 2, they want to give the Romance Dawn era a bit of a break because they just put out, Luffy and Nami, and then we got Shanks, Zoro, Ace, all back to back. Like they're like 1 month apart each. And then
with the Romance Dawn, they're evergreen because those are the original designs, so they don't have to worry about getting those out at a time.
Right,
tie
and
into
so
anime.
this is coming out in May, and we know the Egghead Island arc is coming back in the anime in April. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why we're jumping ahead to this. I do think that, like, if there's going to be a complete set of figures, it's going to be the Romance Dawn, because those are the ones they've been pushing harder. And I think that is... but I think they wanted to give it a little bit of a break because they have been kind of pumping hard.
Yeah, I could definitely see the case where, like Dragon Ball with the sagas, once they're done with the Romance Dawn, we'll get to Fishman Island time skip designs for Figuarts form. Is what I imagine is the plan, and such. I do hope they go back eventually and do the missing looks of the Wano and Eggheads. Let's say they don't complete the Egghead looks after the arc end scenario.
Oh yeah, good point, Kentucky. What about the live action? They haven't announced like Usopp or Sanji.
Usopp and Sanji.
But I will also remind you guys, I got Zoro and Luffy at like 55% off from Ami, so I don't know if they sold well enough.
Yeah,
and also at this point, they might as well wait for season 2.
Yeah, those ones are definitely those figures are definitely tie-in figures. That really meant
I would say I wouldn't be surprised if it's like season 2 marketing starts and it's like, here's Usopp and Sanji, and then season 2 comes out, and then like for season 3 we get Chopper or whatever. Like
when it comes to Figuarts of the Shonen stuff, it always really depends on timing of releasing. Because for the Bleach figure, I've seen so many people go like, "Oh man, I really wish they did like the older ones." Like, well, they specifically it's the Thousand Year Blood. They got the license for the Thousand Year Blood War anime. I would like them to go back.
Just for a recap on the One Piece Figuarts. So of the next releases, so Ace is January, Zoro is February, Shanks is March, the Gum Effect parts is also February, Sabo is also January, and then Luffy's in May. So
I'm surprised Sabo is releasing.
They announced Sabo after Zoro, but he comes out before.
Yeah, it's interesting. It is.
I'm like, did they just want to have Sabo and Ace in the same month, just to like?
I think that's kind of the case. They want to have the three brothers scenario there.
Yeah. AR asked, for anyone who has them, how are the McFarlane Bleach figures?
They're not bad. I have the Ichigo. Not bad. The cloth goods is really good, and honestly, I think it's the best posability range of any McFarlane figure, because this is a thing called "not worry about anatomy," because they can just hide underneath his clothes scenarios.
All right, ready to talk about the Tamashii countdown?
Yep.
Here we go. Okay, so there is a 7-day countdown happening from the 8th to the 14th of November, leading into the Tamashii Nation 2024 event, which is Bandai's big look at all our Figuarts event and hope that all of them come out, because they're not good at releasing everything. So the countdown has already gone through several days, as you'd imagine, and we're going to recap it as it was revealed. So the first time they announced it, they showed Ultraman, Rider, and Sentai, and they have the logos here, so it's assuming that there will be reveals for all of them. It is Tokusatsu based, specifically, this countdown. So, the first day's teaser was going to be Kamen Rider Saber, and the first reveal was Kamen Rider Cross Saber, which is the final form for Saber. I'm surprised it wasn't Durandal, because we're still missing him, and Solomon and Falcon, which are main characters with swords that would be used by Cross Saber.
Have they? Because had they at this point? Had they released all the final forms?
No.
I know there have been delays. Yeah,
is it Mugen Ghost still hasn't come out?
Mugen Ghost still haven't come out. Yeah. Also, I know some people were concerned about if these were getting released, but no, I think since they're doing a big reveal, stuff, these are coming out. They're not. It's not because it's not the classic display only figures.
The good rule of thumb is if they do promotional images, they intend to release them.
Yeah, unlike a lot of the poor display-only figures.
Yeah, there was some promo images of display-only figures, but that was during COVID. So this is stuff that's going to come out. So then the next teaser was for Ultraman Ace, and that reveal was Alien Hippolyto with the tiny Ultraman Ace as well, which is really fun. So let's see. Spin Dash says the crazy thing is those giant showcases and artwork for Rider Ultra Sentai have equal display size at the actual event, judging by renders and photos on the website. That is interesting, considering how little Sentai gets. But maybe they're gonna actually like give a damn to make stuff.
I mean, at most it's gonna be a Seiho older
Yeah.
Sentai.
It would be nice though if it was just like that big box at the bottom was the other 5 Boom Boomers.
That will never happen. We know that.
No. Then the next Kamen Rider, the next was another Kamen Rider reveal for Kamen Rider Fies. It is Takumi from Paradise Regained, specifically. Or is it? No, is that his original look? He's so smooth.
I think it's yeah. I think it's like our first because what they done Ichigo, they done Dan. Is this like what their civilian writer?
No, they did the Black Sun and Shadow Moon.
Oh yeah. It's okay. So like
yeah. Okay, it is 2003 Takumi. All right, he never changes his looks. It's nice to see more civilian figures because we don't have near enough of those. So he's cool. I'm happy to see it. It's interesting because I think people were like, "Oh, the Saber one's going to be Durandal," and it was Cross Saber. Oh, the Ace one, we were like, "I don't know," and it was like Hippolyto, and then the Fies one, people were like, "Oh, Kaiser."
The way you say it, is that how you pronounce it? Because the way you say it, I don't know. I just get Humpfluff. I just get reminded of Winnie the Pooh, Humpfluff and Goozles every time you say it.
Yeah. I don't know. That's how you pronounce it. That's just how I've always pronounced it.
The way you say it, it sounds like you're gonna go to like Humpfluff and Woozles moments.
I mean, he does have the trunk. He does look like a Heffalump. Yeah. All right, and then the Garo reveal was next, and the Garo reveal was a new release of Garo, and this release of Garo is the same Seiho mold we've seen before. It is specifically using the Saejima Raiga version, which was the second version that had the cape. But this time it is not gold chrome, but instead painted gold, which is great.
Koga. It is Koga Saejima because the green eyes.
Yeah, it has the green eyes, and it is Koga. This is the only one we got a full picture of because the Garo project Twitter was like, "Here you go." It's for the 20th anniversary, and I think it looks great. I will say I forgot that when they showed the Garo logo that this would be a possibility, and I was like, "Are we finally getting Dan?"
Well, no, if it was specific, I think it would have been obvious if it was specifically Dan. If it was not or Dan or Ryuga. If it was say the Garo Heritage of Steel logo, but it was specifically just Garo. Like, wasn't it just specifically just the normal Garo?
Just Garo, yeah. And so it was. I mean, they've already made everything from that show, so it would make sense for it to be a reissue. It does also make sense that it's the 20th anniversary. Like, as soon as I saw the reveal, I was like, "Oh no, that makes total sense."
I'm happy because I've been wanting a Garo figure for so long.
He was already like stupid expensive, and he was already stupid expensive to begin with, and then his aftermarket price has been insane.
Oh, super chat from Mateki, $2. Where Garo El de Cablo Dorado?
Yes.
Is that a reference? Is that a reference?
I don't know. Are we doing an El Dorado reference here? Or are we doing
yeah, because I think when I got into Garo, I think that was long after. Yeah, I know it was long after those Seihos like sold out.
Yeah, the Seiho being P Bandai. I hope this time it actually get US.
I mean, if it's still P Bandai, yeah, I'm just all hoping is even if it's P Bandai, just please, US release. Just give it
Golden Horse.
Yeah, we got the we got something Garo on P Bandai US, so it's not like out of the realm of possibility.
I wish I could look it up, but P Bandai eradicates previous things, and when they sell out,
that was when they did their when they did their long-term maintenance a few months ago. Yeah, they purged all the pages,
which I hate. But like I just that's all I want is like please if even just P Bandai US because I want Garo Figuarts so bad.
It would be nice because I think that a lot of people would buy it. Spin Dash said, how many Garo Figuarts have they even made? Okay, so they made Garo, and then Zero, and then they made, and this is the original line. It was Garo, Zero, then
did they make Kiba?
No, they didn't. In the original line, no, they didn't.
Did they make Kiba?
They did not make Kiba in the original. Let me focus.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm trying to do it off memory. It was Garo, Zero, then they did the Ryuga Garo in the black armor. They did Leon Garo's first armor. They did the what was his name? Was it Rise? Rizo doesn't sound right. The one from the second anime.
Crimson.
Raiko's armor.
Raiko.
They did Raiko's Garo armor from the second anime, And then they did a Figuarts Zero of the Makai Priestess from that anime. And they did, I think, a couple variations on Garo with different eye colors. And that was it. Then for
They never
Seiho...
did. They never did Vanishing Line, right?
No, they never did Vanishing Line, which made me... I was upset about. I was like, how do you not finish the trilogy? Then in the Seiho line, they did Garo, which was Koga. He didn't come with the cape. That's the one I have. Super chromed out.
And he's chrome, so don't touch it.
Yeah. Then they made Zero. Then they made Kiba. And I was like, oh, we finally got a third knight from the original, so we got the third knight from the original series, Kiba. Then they made the Raiga version of Garo, which was the one that came with the cape. And then also, I believe it came with 2 heads, so you could have the different eyes. And then now we're on our 6th Seiho, and it's a Garo. So it is kind of like just like the original Figuarts line made a bunch of Garos and 1 Zero, whereas this line's made at least a Zero and a Kiba.
Poor Dan.
Poor Dan. Makai Kato was a line that was going on when Garo was having its big like annual show time period, and Makai Kato was more like SIC sized. And so they're a lot larger, but they actually made like a ton of knights in that, and they made horses, and they made weapon packs. And so I think that was why they didn't do so many Figuarts, because the Makai Kato line was doing all that.
Was that Bandai still?
It was Bandai, yeah. It was still Tamashii Nations as well. They were just like 7-inch figures. But they did make like almost every single knight of that era, which is kind of amazing. Spendesh says, yeah, 5 items on P-Bandai US, 2 rings, a dog tag, a keychain, and a watch. Yeah. So Garo, I don't think is blocked. It's just a matter of, will they sell this to us? Because I think they should.
Because I hope, because Garo, I still believe has foot in the race. I think from what I see, Heritage Steel did all right. Not like not horribly or anything, but didn't make, of course, like the Ultraman members, for example. But I will forever put my foot down saying Garo is still in the foot race of the big 3.
Yeah, and it's more accessible too.
I mean, the fact that it's here in this countdown shows that it's still there, even though it is just a release. I think a release like this is still important.
It's like,
because
if this sells, we might get more.
Yeah,
which is
I think a release like this
I hope it sells.
Yeah,
I know some people are disappointed that it is in a release, but I think a release like this is important for new collectors,
especially if they're going to make more figures. Like, if you're going to start the line back up, start with the main character re-released, then do some others like quotes in, and you'll get more people to buy them. I don't know if I'm going to buy this, but if it's offered on P-Bandai US, I might, because it's gold painted instead of chromed.
This is a figure, a Garo that can actually pose around and not be scared to get chipped.
And also, I don't have the cape, so I was.
It looks wired. It looks wired. Also,
it was. Yeah, it's just like on the Raiga one, it was wired too. I was pissed when the cape was included with the second release and not the first one, because I was like, oh, come on! Like, I wanted the cape the first time. I thought it didn't fit in the budget, and it was the same exact price point too. And the second one just inexplicably came with the cape at the same exact price, and we're just like, what the hell? Like, I just felt swindled.
God, how much would that Figuarts Goten would be? Oh, good.
It'd be expensive. Blade Raider mentioned SIC Kiwami Tamashii. Yeah, they did a bunch there. They actually made Dan in that line, and they made horses and stuff. So, Spin Dash says, maybe I should brush up on Garo and make a Figuarts guide. I mean, it wouldn't take that long to make, because there's not a ton of them. A Makai Kato guide would be more intense and more interesting, though, for me. I might... Is Spin Dash, if you want to make a Garo Figuarts guide, I'll make a Makai Kato guide sometime, because that line fascinates me. Because I don't.
Maybe that's why I easily like. Maybe that's why I really just got into Bleach so fast. It just reminds me of Garo more. I think about it.
Yeah. All right. Okay, and so the next reveal is Ultraman Arc related. So.
All right, Ultraman.
It's either going to be like. I know somebody said, "What if it's just Zangil just to mess with us?"
I want Zangil so much. Like, I want
Zangil would be. Welcome back, MJ Klein. Zangil would be great. I think it's a high chance that it's just Galaxy.
It's probably gonna be Galaxy. Yeah, it's probably gonna be. But I want Zangil so much. With the way we must have the way of the samurai.
Yeah.
And he better come with coffee. If it's Zangil, he better come with coffee, like the coffee cup.
Yes. Because fun fact about the Ultraman Arc figure art, is that. Ultraman...
It's gonna be the commander and his Alpha Ranger.
That would be hilarious. the Arc Figuart, I was putting the Solus armor on him, and I was like, oh, you remove the arms. That makes sense. And then I was like, does his legs come off? So I ripped his legs off. I was like, okay, cool. So Galaxy armor can be an armor pack. It doesn't have to be like a
separate figure.
Separate figure, yeah. So
Is that armor compatible with other? At least the chest armor, is that
the
compatible?
chest
with other
armor, I
figures?
thought it may have been like a torso like ball joint swap out, but no, it's an overlay. So if you can fit it over something, you could put it over something. The Arc armors aren't in big boxes, but they are thicker than them. The box is thicker than the Arc.
So you're saying Luffy Solus armor?
Maybe I could. Yeah, you can't get the arm gauntlets on anybody, but you could get maybe some figures that have removable arms. Anyways, we have to figure it out later. Let's see. Small Dream mentioned a couple options as well.
Can Arc and X swap parts?
I'd have to check because Arc X doesn't have removable arms, but
How does X work? Is it
X
it
works
clip-on
weird
armor?
because you. Let me just switch to my face while we talk about this. So I can get the rest of the news prepped. Arc, you don't have to remove anything on Arc's chest. You just put the armor over him. In two chunks. So like one chunk is the back plate and the one front's the front plate. So you just kind of like you wrap it around him and then you put the front plate on. With X, you have to remove his color timer and then the armor like pegs in to the X in his chest, and that's kind of how it works. And it clams together from the front and the back. So it's kind of interesting. I don't know if they're compatible though. I'd have to just like take them both out.
So after Arc, wait, how many slots are after Arc? 2?
After Arc, there's 2 slots. There's a November 13th slot, which looks like a normal figure slot, and there is a
because one has to be Boom. I think Boom Violet. Did Boom Violet get leaked, or I think people are theorizing it'll be Boom Violet.
I think people are theorizing Boon Violet. I feel like the 13th might have to be Boon Violet because the 14th has to be bigger because it's 2 boxes size or 3. Psycho said 14th could be Ultimate Revice since that would need to be a 2-pack.
Yeah, because they're trying to think who will be, because it has to be I imagine it could be a Kamen Rider for the last one.
It would be nice if it was just like
if Ultraman gets 2, because if Ultraman gets 2, I think Kamen Rider's gonna get 2.
Well, Kamen Rider's already got 2.
Oh, 3. Yeah. If Ultraman gets 2, I think Kamen Rider probably get 3 because that was this whole
unless it's just like magically it's like pink, blue, black and orange, boon.
Stop giving hope, Soundhound.
I just really want them because they're so like I get why they didn't make all the King Ogres because they have like all this intricate sculpting stuff, but like the Boon Butchers though, they're so easy.
Because right, just make the whole team, yeah.
Yeah.
Because this whole this campaign is for the 20th anniversary of Figuarts, right?
No, I think it's just for this event. It's just for the event.
Oh, because I thought it was like I thought they doing this.
No,
Figuarts
like, didn't start in 2006.
Okay, I thought there was some like big event, like anniversary event for.
No, it's just it's just their annual like show.
Okay.
Hold on. When was the first? Spindesh said, "Return to the SDCC Metallic Samurai pack that never sold."
Well, because the first figures were Kamen Rider first and second. So
it was the Kamen Rider Next versions.
Yeah, so they had to come at the same time.
Yeah, it was like 2000. It had to be like 2007, I think, because Kamen Rider the Next didn't come out till 2007, so it would have been 2007. So we're still a couple years out from the 20th of Figuarts. Oh god, I was there from the beginning. All right, let's get the rest of the toy news done because there isn't much. First up, Jakks Pacific, Fang the Hunter is out in the UK.
Yep, so. I love his accessory because I guess Sega didn't want him to have his pop gun back. Also, because I don't think he used it in Superstars.
He didn't.
This is why he's getting.
Yeah.
So I love he got his own wanted poster.
Comes with his own wanted poster. This is another good round out of the classic collection. Mecha Sonic and Dr. Eggman are repacked alongside, of course, Sonic.
So nice, so a pure classic wave. So
Psychos, if you see one of these, grab 2. Me and Ryan will both need them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So great to see because I mean it's one of the nice things to see a character like Fang get merch like this because he was gone for so long.
It's like Mighty and Ray when they got all these toys, and I'm just like, what is happening? This is amazing.
Yeah, so it was great to see Fang also
Yeah.
get a foreign figure. I'm surprised the other figure of this wave wasn't Trip because I know she got listings for the 2-inch checkout
Mhm.
lane figures, so she will come eventually in 4-inch. But so it's nice to see Fang.
For sure.
I still want them to make a. They won't probably, but I want them to make the Marvelous Queen vehicle he rides.
Oh, that'd be great.
I know customers made that already, but I would love to see that as a little vehicle playset thing.
Mhm. Spin Dash says I was googling Garo and it autofilled Garo series in order, and your video is the first result. Heck yeah! Niche market, hooray!
Also, we don't covering here, but there's been listings for the next wave of Wave 20, God 20 figures for Wave 20 for the next wave, which is gonna be Subsuit Sonic from SA2, which is
Yeah.
great to see because the only other figure for that is the original Joyride figure, which was a bendy figure. So it's great to see.
And then
them
there's like
make
a mystery figure. We don't know what it is.
well,
Yet.
which is gonna be probably I think it's theorized to be an SBO release, and
Yeah.
it's probably gonna be the same wave as single carded Classic Tales. Also, probably because to get that figure free from that 3-pack. That I got that 3 because it was on sale for $10, aka a price of one figure.
Yeah.
So I got a bonus Sonic and Knuckles for that, and Amy
I did the
released.
same thing. I got the Tails set on sale. I was just like,
Yep.
yep, that'll work. Yeah. Anything else on these? Because I always love this.
That's it.
That's it.
That's
No.
it.
Jakks
So
make
far.
an online store. All right.
I know.
You
People,
should.
I think it is annoying. I've been seeing people going like, "Wow, Jax has been slowing down. They've only been doing like basic releases." Like, guys, they're working on the movie line at the same
Yeah,
time.
they have like 3
What do you
waves of the
expect?
movie line out before the movie comes out.
Yeah,
Practically.
what do you like? They can't the balance. They're doing this thing called balancing.
Also, we have a
Where
wave 20. Look, the line's fine.
it always annoys me when people say the line's dying. I'm like, guys, like,
The line's
calm down.
fine.
Line's
It
fine.
just needs it just needs better distribution. That's all. All right. Marvel Legends. I promised we'd follow up on Warbird once she was up for pre-order. Here she is. So the funny thing is, people have been talking about this. Moonstone, when she was posing as Miss Marvel, did not go by Warbird. But it does seem like Hasbro is using Warbird as Carol Danvers' Miss Marvel is Warbird. Kamala Khan Miss Marvel is Miss Marvel.
I think that's a
That's
classical
a
Disney
Hasbro
Marvel.
thing. Or a
That's
Marvel
a
thing.
Disney.
I meant to say Marvel. I don't know why I keep saying Hasbro.
Yeah, because it's that classical branding.
Yeah, because
it's
like the retro Miss Marvel figure is just says Carol Danvers. Yeah. So the other thing is it does have the same 2 heads.
Welcome, Wheels.
Welcome, Wheels.
We got bad news.
What's up?
Stream has to get postponed to next week now.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Let me just I'm gonna put us on intermission. And we'll come right back, guys. Hi guys, sorry about that. Our interview we planned with Kyle Wodiga is not happening today. It's going to be next week. Kyle had to postpone for personal reasons, and so we will be doing that next Monday. So I guess I'll just go a little bit longer today. After we're done with the news, we'll go look at my helicopter. So you guys have.
Oh yeah,
did anyone notice the thing in the background?
Yeah.
Well, actually.
So if that his other interview this week is with Kaiju Canuck, I'm gonna wag my fist at him.
But anyways,
Well,
so we're rescheduling that interview, and we'll we'll get that all. We'll tell you guys for sure. All right, let's get back to Carol here, or not Carol, Moonstone. So she
But it could
does.
also be, but it still could be
Yeah.
a classic Carol also, same time.
It could. People have been pointing out that she does. So she comes with the same exact heads as the Target Warbird.
This one has Broly eyes. I like to jokingly call it.
Yeah, but only on the modern looking head. On the classic looking
Mhm.
head, she still has the normal eyes. So it does. That's a good point, Spindash. I should write sound out on the helicopter. So the regular head is going to be a classic-ish look. It's going to match. Let me go pull this up real quick. Avengers EMH Carol Danvers. This is kind of funny because they inadvertently did something that I think is going to work for some people, but it's gonna. Let me just pull this up. Sorry, I'm a little waylaid by let's see, Miss Marvel, Carol Classic. So it's gonna depend on how much you care about hair. I know this is gonna sound weird, but this is Marvel Legends. This is what we do. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so if we look at Carol, so here on the figure, you can see how she's got long, gorgeous hair on her classic head, right? So if you look at Miss Marvel from Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes, ignoring the boots because those are definitely the thigh-high boots of her later look, she had long, flowing hair.
Which you mind, you probably could kick bash. I don't know, like this, like heat, like replace, like part swap with the Target exclusive one.
You probably could, like off the ball joint hips, and then you could probably make a good EMH Carol. Now, if you're trying to make a classic Miss Marvel in red costume Carol, she had a short bob, so and a much bigger mask as well. So it's not going to work perfect, but if you're not that picky about the hair, it's a pretty good substitute sub in, and I think
what's the actual difference with the hair?
It's short. She used to have short hair when she wore this costume originally. And that's all it is. Like, if you don't care about the hair, it's like, hey, that's still a classic Carol Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I kind of don't because I'm used to her being with at least longer, long hair in general.
Yeah,
same. I'm used to that anyways. Yeah.
And it's Marvel Legends. Like we're never 100% accurate on stuff, right?
They always f things up somehow. I mean,
it's not. But that's
the
thing is that's
to get a good Venom.
Right. Yeah. It took. They're always improving Venom. I think that with Marvel Legends, it's kind of like, I don't know. Here's an example of an upcoming short. And I just knocked figures over because this Deadpool can't stand. This Wolverine wearing the mask is not accurate to the movie, but I really like it. So,
like, I'm honestly surprised how easy it is to mod the figure to have the sleeveless looks. Honestly,
yeah, people have been modding them and swapping in the tank top arms.
Yeah, because the gloves are a separate piece. You just need
it'll take some work, but you could do it if you want to. I'm just gonna wait because I feel like Hasbro's just gonna make.
It's also, it's also weirds me out the fake. I mean, what weirds me out about that Wolverine figure, he has like more McFarlane style butterfly joints than Marvel Legends style butterfly joints, where it's like a rotator cuff.
And Colossus is the same way.
Oh, really? Huh?
They're both built that way, which I think is very interesting. Gives them a lot more range. By the way, guys, the shorts this week will be the new Deadpool and the new Wolverine because Hasbro finally sent them to me because they sent it DHL and it took.
What about Headpool?
Headpool will be included in the Deadpool one because I didn't have as much to say about the Deadpool figure.
No question. Are you having the Headpool in the Deadpool video and the Logan accessory in the Logan video?
That was the plan. And then the Logan one ran long and the Deadpool one ran short, so I had to stick Logan in the Deadpool one. So, all right. Anyways, that's it for Marvel Legends news for now, and I think it's time to move to Transformers leaks. Hooray! Prima Prime has been beheaded, but this is what Prima Prime's gonna look like, apparently.
Prima Prime, that was what was her gimmick again? Because I thought she was the. Because it was Soulless Prime that had the hammer.
I'm going to be totally honest, guys. If your Prime is not named Optimus, Nova, or Vector, I really don't know what their deal is because they've never been that well defined.
What about Rodimus?
Rodimus isn't part of the 13 Primes, though. I wasn't.
But so is Optimus.
Yeah, he technically is now.
Oh, is he?
Because they put Star Convoy Optimus.
No, that's Star Convoy. Nah.
But no, they're calling him Star Optimus Prime though. So, anyways, Small Dream says Prima has the Star Saber. He's the first Transformer. Okay.
Okay.
This is also the thing that's also the confusing thing about Transformers is Rodimus and Optimus have been alluded to being reincarnations, and allegedly most primes are reincarnations of previous primes.
Yeah.
I'm just thankful that one simplified it. Just made Zeta just the 13 prime.
I really wish they would just kind of decide these are the 13 primes and then keep them the same in every lore.
I wish they could figure out, is Zeta and Sentinel either the same?
Well, no,
or not the
in
same?
War for
That's the thing
Cybertron,
that
it
always
was his full name is Zeta Sentinel Prime, so it's meant to be Sentinel in War for Cybertron.
Yeah. Anyways,
No, what I'm saying is like there's other continuities that they mention where it's like, are they the same or are they different?
this is a cool looking toy. It is all plastic. I imagine there'll be some paint when they actually make
This
it.
is clear, yeah, this is clearly not final at all.
Yeah. But it looks nice. And then we got from In Demand Toys on Facebook, they leaked Devastation Optimus Prime, which is a Studio Series Gamer
welcome
edition.
welcome back, Deluxe Class, Ultimate
Prime?
Battle Ultimate Battle Optimus Prime.
Oh yeah. This
I don't think
this certainly opens up the possibility of these Devastation figures not just being repaints. I kind of like it.
I know people say this is like our 22nd Optimus Prime, but I'm a sucker for Optimus Prime figures. I'm a collector of Optimus Prime figures.
I will
at
say, I
least
think
each.
this truck mode kind of looks like ass, and I'm not exactly.
Well, that's what I mean. That's what I said. Welcome back.
Yeah,
Optimus. Reminds me of that.
I know we can see him in the box here standing up, but I think it looks good. I think it looks good, like standing.
I like a deluxe like Optimus Prime figure. Something like it's like an ultimate desk toy figure for me. Like scenario.
Psycho, just because I said I like it doesn't mean I'm buying it.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'll probably pick it up because I'm a sucker for buying Optimus.
I was gonna buy like the toy style Optimus, and then I was like, but this $25 could be another Wolverine. So you see, I can't complain about them making too many Optimuses because I buy like every Wolverine that comes out.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't.
That'd be a double standard if I complained about it. I do think though we are starting to hit a point of like too many Optimuses in 1 year.
Yeah, no, I'll agree on that.
That's actually been a thing that they've
because back in the day it was one prime per line before.
Yeah,
but now we're getting multiple.
Hasbro also mentioned we realize we can't keep just like doing this, and they're saying we're going to try to like make sure that there's at least not.
Yeah, they're trying to not repeat characters soon. Yeah.
I think Optimus Prime is like the one exception I feel like because it's Optimus Prime. But also, like,
but I also feel like we don't, because this should be our 2025 Optimus, right? But we're not counting,
not counting
Star Convoy.
Well, no, I was supposed to say Rid, Car Convoy, because he's technically coming 2025 also.
Yeah, but he's not a retail release. I think because we gotta look at the retail line. It's like this should be our Optimus for the year, and then in 2026 we'll get another Optimus. You know, like. I think having multiples of the same character at the same time just clogs the shelves and doesn't make it very interesting to look at as like a general consumer. They're like, well, what if I already if a kid already has a Bumblebee, are they going to buy another Bumblebee?
If Hasbro and Takara will go back to the ye old days where they have unique designs that the same G1 designs throw up on.
That'd be cool too. I think a lot of the issues with the Transformers brand at the moment. In terms of like general audience perception, is the sameness of product.
Those evergreen designs are bane to the brand existence.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, Small Dream. Yeah, Studio Series is the Age of Extinction Optimus and the Rise of the Beast Optimus repack. You're gonna have Optimus in Deluxe, Voyager, and Leader in Studio Series in the same year.
Thankfully, this is one of those
in the same quarter.
Thankfully, like this figure is like an easy skip figure for multiple because it is just a deluxe G1 Optimus. That's the end of the day what this figure is.
Yep.
You don't need it. This is not like a Commander Optimus where that was the Commander Optimus was meant to be like the de facto Optimus Prime for G1. This is just a nice
and it basically is, and it's going to be hard to top it.
Yeah. This figure is just a it was a fun little deluxe Optimus, G1 Optimus for people to have and such like that.
He lives in the same space as Missing Link at Home Optimus from Legacy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, just a little fun novelty desk toy Optimuses.
I do kind of hope that if we're doing new molds for a Devastation line, maybe we could get a new Sideswipe.
Yes, because that mold's old.
Yeah. I will say that also it's interesting too. Gamer Edition is no longer a thing.
Well, because I think
It's not on
this
the
they can't
box.
fit the logo. I think this can't fit the logo on the on the box scenario.
I mean, I think because we've seen two things, and this is something we saw at the Constructicons, and I called out, and the Transformers fandom only noticed today, even though I said it back when the Constructicons were announced. No more backdrops, no more serial numbers. Like it's.
I think they're just removing all the sublines, like of
which is fine. We don't need all.
It's just Suyu series, Suyu series. I think
the only lines that still have numbers in Hasbro right now is Black Series and Classified, and I think Black Series doesn't need it. But I think Classified, it's kind of part of like the military sort of aesthetic.
Yeah, it fits it with a theme.
Has like a number.
Honestly, I think what the brand needs, I think for cleaning things up, I think especially since we removed the Gamer Edition, the 86. Everything just makes the U series the line for the on-screen media stuff. So, like for example, next cartoon, or like don't
You know what, Ryan?
don't.
Well, let Ryan finish. Let Ryan finish.
Yeah, like you like for Cyber World, like don't make.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to make a deluxe line for Cyber World. Just lump them into Suyu series. Just make Suyu series just the line for the on-screen media stuff. Where generation
Prime was going to do that. The first edition figures were going to be Generations figures, and they were going to keep that going. But then because of budget crunches, they ended up making the RID line like a merged line. Yeah, it was gonna be. There was going to be like a collector's line, like the first edition figures for Prime before economic problems happened was going to be like those were going to be Generations figures, and they were just going to be inserted into ways. And I think that's a great idea.
Because I think that's a better way. Because Generations has its own aesthetic, where the purpose of Suyu series to be as cartoon, on-screen accurate as possible. Well, to be a physical transforming toy. So I think they'll clean up. They'll clean up the mess of the multi-line better. They just lump things into just one. Especially now that they got rid of the gamer or the 86 branding and such like that.
Wheels, what were you going to say about
Video series should just do what we're already doing with Generations, where it just says what universe it's from without being a subline.
Yeah, because it kind of did that here, because it says like Devastation, Optimus Prime, and it has the logo.
Exactly. Just do that.
Yeah.
So just do that. Just keep it like that. And maybe if you do like reissues or selects versions, then maybe have it be like a subline where it has that fancier stuff.
Yeah.
Because like they didn't need it from. We said this from the get-go. What makes a studio series different for 86 different from regular? They were still released theatrically. They were still goddamn theatrical films.
Well, there is a difference in terms of you look how they were
86,
designed.
Oh, because it's the G1 cartoon, but it's like still a studio series toy.
Well, because I think was it
not Rise
when
of the Beast, Transformers 1. No,
well,
it's an animated
what was
film,
it?
but it's still released.
Yeah.
Well, what was it with 86 and Kingdom? Some figures were meant to be 86, but got moved to Kingdom.
Originally, no, this is what the original plan, from everything I understand, was that Kingdom was going to be
all Beast Wars,
all G1. It was going to be an all G1 line yet again, and some shifts happened. People moved around, and with the anniversary coming up, and I think because Rise of the Beast entered development, like have hardcore, so the word came above. No, we need to have Beast Wars in the line. And so what they did was they excised figures that were planned for Kingdom that were going to be for the 86 movie anniversary, and they threw them over into Studio Series.
Yeah, because you could kind of tell that some of the... Because I think like figures like Cyclonus definitely feels more at home at 86. He's definitely more the 86 tune style, where Kingdom Rodimus clearly has more of that Generations feel, whereas a lot more Greeble detail and stuff like that.
And like Cyclone said, that's why RC was an Earthrise. Yeah, she was like the predecessor to the 86 anniversary stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And look at Galvatron, right? They were just like, oh yeah, no, Galvatron's sculpted like a studio series. They just painted him different, threw him in studio series. Yeah.
Kingdom.
No, I mean from Kingdom to the new studio series Galvatron is just the Kingdom mold, right? So he
Because
wanted,
I think
I think they were always planning to do these toon-styled 86 figures in Kingdom, but because they were told to put Beast Wars in, that's also why I think we didn't get everybody from season 1 of Beast Wars in. We had to Legacy had to kind of finish it out.
Mhm.
Let's see. Muteki says explain Blaster. He moved around a lot, but he was in Kingdom, and then he moved to Legacy, and then they repainted him for Studio Series because the lines aren't that different, right? It's
there
just
there is
what they're
a
from.
there's a design philosophy with them.
Yeah.
Generations have much more tech rebuild on them. Like they have a lot more like panel lines and like sharp edges and all that stuff. Where Studio Series figures have more that Studio Ox like Toei Animation like flat like look. They have like much. They don't have that much like tech detail. They definitely look like the cartoon. That is the design philosophy of the two
Yeah.
lines and such.
I think
And
though
it
that
just,
this streamlining of it, it's just
I
Studio
mean, the such
Series. It's not 80s. I'm thinking my spreadsheets that I have currently. I have a Studio Series spreadsheet. I'm gonna close that one and call it Studio Series Phase 1, and then start a new one that's Phase
I mean, the
2.
box. I mean, essentially with the boxes, because
Yeah.
remember, the only difference now in the boxes is that damn stripe on the bottom.
Yeah, I'm
now,
kind of thinking of making like it'll be like Studio Series and Age of the Primes in the same document because they're structured like the same. Because like the template I have for the structure for Studio Series is not going to work for these new figures because they don't have numbers, they don't have this and that. So I think it'll work out. What was the thing? Benjamin Wiseman says, I think Transformers needs a Beast Wars revival. We had 25 years, 95% vehicles. I will say, not necessarily that we need to revive Beast Wars because we kind of had a little bit of like, here's Rise of the
Rise.
Beast,
I
here's
think Rise.
Kingdom.
Right. Yeah.
What I
So we already
think,
Beast Wars out.
what we need is not let's revive Beast Wars. Let's revive the mentality around Beast Wars, which was completely redefining Transformers and
I
making it
mean,
exciting and fresh.
I mean, the Unicron trilogy and animated and wrote that.
RID?
I mean,
2015
yeah,
or
already.
RID 2001 was like a complete
Yeah.
thing too. Yeah,
And like
the
one. I
2000s
mean,
era where they were trying to find Transformers' place, I think, is kind of the energy we need because it's everything's feeling samey.
No, I think I saw a great post on I think Blue Sky where it's like Transformers stopped being excited when Optimus stopped looking like a brave robot.
Yeah, like the fact that we know Optimus is always going to look basically the same in every incarnation. I mean, Age of Extinction honestly was kind of crazy for giving Optimus that knight design. Like that was a
I
departure,
love that
but
design.
it's a good design.
I
And so,
love how that
mm,
I love how that design came to be. If you don't know,
what was the short version of the story on it?
it was supposedly a pitch for what was going to be an unused, I believe, Sentinel Prime design.
Well, that
Another
makes
Prime
sense because
design that
Sentinel
they
had the
wanted to
night
bring
look.
in the
Sentinel,
primes.
Yeah.
yes, yeah, because Sentinel had that
When they
night
were
look
working on
also.
Dark of the Moon, they had ideas of having not just Sentinel Prime but other primes in Dark of the Moon. Supposedly, thinking of doing other like flashbacks to like ancient times.
Because that was around the
And
same time
like
the
that
13
Knight
Primes was
Optimus.
being started. Remember, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that Knight Optimus is based on one of the unused concepts, and then they took it and retooled it further. Because if you look at one of the art books, Dark of the Moon, and then going into Age of Extinction, like they were like, oh, let's make Optimus Prime look like this.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool.
They also got the idea of
yeah.
let's make the robots be more streamlined, but still have really cool vehicles.
Yeah, and I kind of like that because I think that part of the original Transformers movie trilogy, they're like very into like, look, every single part of this vehicle went into somewhere in the robot, and it's cool.
That's my problem. Yeah, because that's my
but
problem
they
with
end
the
up
night
looking like
design.
clashed metal on some of
Yeah,
them.
that's the problem. The night design is a good design for a robot knight, but like at the Transform, where does everything go?
Yeah. And so I think like I think like Rise of the Beast did a good job of having like a happy medium between the two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so like Benjamin Wiseman said, I agree with that. New characters, including new leaders. I think what we need is like
We were so close to Earthspark, but then
we were.
Hasbro meddling had to
And
come in.
Paramount being dumb and Nickelodeon being
Yep.
idiotic. I think one of the things is like kind of like what Beast Wars did, where it's like it's not Optimus Prime, it's Optimus Primal. It's not Megatron, it's Megatron who took on the name of Megatron. Like stuff like that, where you have not just red robot versus gray robot. You know, and even if they keep the colors, just look different. Don't just have guy who turns into truck versus guy who turns into tank or plane sometimes.
I think it's just I think Hasbro need to take a look at, like, even though sadly Transformers 1 did not do bomb in the box. I think
Oh, jeez.
Were you on mute this whole time?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh well.
but even though like Transformers 1
I was gonna make a red team, blue team reference because
yeah.
I was like, welcome to Zoids in the UK though.
yeah.
That's exactly what it is. Red team, blue team.
Yeah, but you know, TF1 bombed the box, or at least, or did not good at all. Is what they expected. I hope Hasbro at least take a look at what the positive feedback, because that film has a positive feedback. I hope like Hasbro takes the positivity of the reception of that film,
Because like
and
most people that watched it loved it. just
even like I
just
think
not a lot of people watched it.
the most important thing is a lot of people that don't care for Transformers love that film. They
Yeah.
think that film is great. I think is what Hasbro really should take from one is how many people legitimately came out of the film loving it, and they have zero knowledge of the franchise besides the Bay films. I hope that's what they take, because I think one
Speaking
is a
of
really good.
Transformers 1, here's the box for Transformers 1 Sentinel Prime. It's not
I
like
hope he can.
I
big
really,
news,
I hope.
but there he is.
I'm
really need to
hoping.
tell
I'm
Ryan.
hoping he dissect the waste.
And I really need to tell Ryan after this thing my pitch that I told you for a Transformers.
Yeah. Yeah, we could
Technically,
say
you
that
and
for
Teen
after
Wolf have
the.
sort of helped me tweak.
I don't think I had time to stay, sadly though.
We could.
But like,
we'll tell you about it later.
oh yeah.
I think that Transformers has a lot of.
Oh yeah,
potential
Swordry
still.
mentioned. Yeah, it doesn't seem like Hazard was terribly disappointed with one's performance. I'm sure the
Yeah.
toy line sales were fine. As I'm hoping the toy line did well, because that toy line's
I hope so, because that toy line
bad.
is the worst Transformers toy line ever made. I'll say that with a
I
straight
think
face.
the reason TF1 failed, I will say this right now. I think the reason TF1 failed was because they made horrible trailers. The marketing
It's a lot.
was
It's the
god-awful.
trailers and just the
And
fatigue of the franchise for
I
general
also,
audiences.
there's fatigue of the franchise. I also don't really love all of the designs in the movie. I think
Well, that's a
they're really-
subjective.
I think also that, but that I do think that the designs, because I love them, but they're very much are bright color, round shapes, which didn't help
Yes,
with
that's
didn't help with the perception of the movie to the general audience of like the adult
it felt very
audience.
kiddie.
It looked it,
Mhm.
it. The thing is, the movie isn't kiddie, but it. Oh, I turned the wrong thing off. The movie isn't kiddie, but it looks kiddie, and the way they cut the trailers, like I think it was a
Yes. Thank
2-part
you.
thing. Like I think that I still like the art style as is, like creatively, but business side, it may have needed a little bit of grit just to like help
Well, I think
portray what
it's
it
one of
was.
those kind of unfortunate, because the designs are round on purpose because they're cogless. They need to look like generic robots, or
Right.
because that's the whole part story of the film. It's a hard thing to kind of market it.
I think the best way to explain it is it looked too cute.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
I think
the
that's the best
SD
way to describe
Gundams.
it. Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
too
no, I
adorable.
agree. Because and the thing is that
Because when it looks cute, you think you think preschool. You think youthful.
Go,
When it's
go,
very
go by
round.
Transformer,
Exactly.
go
yeah,
by.
because the thing it's like when you think about you know, like oh, like the Minions does well, but they're always seen as kids movies, right?
Mhm.
Like families go and see them because their kids want to see them. Whereas like you have movies like Pixar movies or DreamWorks, the old DreamWorks movies that used to get adults to go on their own. They had
Adult edge.
the adult edge, yeah, which Transformers 1 definitely has it in its storytelling. It just didn't have it in its marketing.
Mhm.
They kind of left all that out of there. Like, I don't know. I feel like that one line where D16 says he wants to kill somebody should have been in the trailer. Just so everybody
Yeah.
like was aware that like this movie
I
had some grit to it.
super love like Alpha Trians look at it. It's like he might be right.
Yeah,
When
that's the
part-
stuff that like everything that made that movie shine isn't in it. No, we don't want to go too far in because I know Wheels hasn't seen it yet and he's waiting for it to hit the.
I mean, I've already watched most of the best parts on Twitter.
That's
And I'm
yeah,
just
that's
like, "Can I
that's
watch the
another
full
problem
thing?"
too. I got to tell you, one of the issues with online fandom is they sabotage their own movies' success
by just posting clips on
posting
Twitter.
clips so much that like if you hadn't seen the movie, you're like, oh, well, I saw all the spoilers. I'll just wait till it comes out on streaming. That happened to a couple movies. I think it's like, guys, you're actually hurting the movie. You guys want to see this helicopter before we wrap up? Let me.
No.
Yes.
Except for
Muteki.
Giant Man's like battling it right now.
Giant Man's battling it. I'm gonna see if I can. I'm gonna leave the camera on, so in case I completely screw this up. We're gonna move Hank. All right, and we're gonna
Tell you, I tell you what.
All right, you guys are not prepared because I've had it angled just right. You are not prepared for how large this thing is, and I think I'm kind of regretting that my dad backed the Rattler because the Rattler's larger than this. Here it is. I hope you guys can hear me. I feel like I'm
You're super echoey, but we can hear you.
Yeah, I'm sitting further back than usual. So here it is. Let me should I pop it off the stand? Oh god, the whole thing shook. I love the figures it comes with, which was kind of like half the reason I wanted it was for the figures. So I'm glad the figures are nice. So let me turn the lights on. It's got blinding spotlights on the bottom, which is rad.
It's like a real. So it is a real.
Yeah, it's got like a spotlight on the bottom. Cockpit lights. Let's see if I can get closer here. So you can see here in the canopy opens up. We got Wild Bill in the chopper, and we got Glinda in the back. It's funny. I own the Scarlet mold twice now without owning Scarlet because I got Glinda and I got Quarrel. I still haven't bought Retro Scarlet yet.
Retro Scarlet is a really good figure.
See you later, Zeltrex. Also Ripcord. So I have Ripcord hanging on the side, and then I have Ripcord's dropping. Crazy Legs is hanging on the side because
Help!
His name's Crazy. Because they have pegs for figures to stand on the support rails, but there's like nothing to grab. There's no handles.
That guy's got. I'm not sure that is that guy okay being near all that fire and brim next to him.
Probably not. I do like that they gave us the option to plug the trail of the missile onto.
I love that.
Onto the actual port, so it actually looks.
Yeah,
like it's
I love
firing.
that. That's one of my favorite things about this is that.
And then they give you the smaller trails to work on. It also comes with a couple missile pods that are like those 6 missile pods, like the Hiss tank has. And I didn't want to do that, but I put these other types here. And the winch actually works. So Ripcord here can get repelled. Did
you do unboxing video for this or no?
I didn't because the Hiss tank unboxing did so poorly that I thought it's such a pain in the butt to open something this large. And I was like, with how the Hiss tank unboxing performed, I don't know if it's
how
worth
you say that, but yet you've done fine-ass unboxing videos from BBTS.
Those are easier because I'm not trying to put together a vehicle. This thing is.
It's more fun seeing you mess around with toys.
But I did not have my back room needs some redoing because first of all, I have no idea where this is going to go. And
punch a hole in your wall.
God, maybe. I know. Cal said put it on my head.
Yeah.
My chair's as low as it gets, but all right.
Well, you could be like Ric Flair and put it somewhere else.
I'm gonna break my knees for this gag, guys. All right, here we go.
Huh.
We're gonna. Oh, ow! Ripcord's hitting me in the face. There we go. and then we're gonna. Oh, can I do this? Where is it? Yeah! Go Gadget Copter.
All right. There's your shelf space.
It is so heavy, guys. The shipping weight was 19 pounds, by the way.
Oh, God.
Yeah, this was,
See, Mr. Krabs, he was number 1.
I can only think of that animation someone did where Tony Chopper became a helicopter. He became a chopper.
Yeah.
The winch isn't working because he's heavy. I love this thing.
You should put. See, you could put the Anime Heroes chopper in this thing. Then
I could
chopper riding the chopper.
This thing is fun. I like it. It just is. I mean, it's properly scaled, but like it's stupidly huge. Like
I can't wait for I can't wait for the Haslab Terradrome.
I mean, I feel like a possibility. Also, the box is deceptive. I got the box like, oh, it's not that big. Yeah, because the tail was a separate piece.
I can't wait for the Haslab.
Over.
I can't wait for the Haslab Mobile Command Center, where it's the size of a dining table.
God, yeah. I hope after the Rattler they give us a couple years off of these big things because I don't. I don't know if I can do a fourth, guys. I can't even do. I am on second, and I'm like, I have to figure out also to put a giant plane that's in the same scale. It's amazing though. I love this thing, but boy, is it like it's just like I whacked myself in the head with the propeller when I got it. I was like, oh, let me spin the propeller.
See, this is why you should have filmed it.
I know, but the sad part is because of how big the box was, I have no space that would actually fit a camera angle, and
unless you want to go like Attack on Titan, like on that day in that moment, humanity was just a grim reminder.
I mean, the thing is, I think I will probably do an if I can. Psychos, we don't have a dinner table. The dinner table's my building table, and it has a third of an X mansion on it.
Which yeah, Striker was attacking it last night when you took the photo.
Yeah, exactly. The thing is, I think I might do an unboxing of the Rattler. But what I'm planning to do is my studio space in my back room. I want to strip that room out and redo it. I have a whole plan. I drew up a diagram.
Plan C, film it outside in the yard.
Yeah, that's another plan. I might actually do I did some filming outside with the Hiss Tank. I might do that with this as well. That would be kind of fun. Of course there'll be footage of it in the rundown somehow. I might just shoot all outdoor footage of it, to be honest, because this doesn't fit on my table. But I want to redo my whole studio space in the back and then see if I can just I just noticed the guns extend. These front guns actually extend to fire. I didn't realize they did that. But yeah, no, this is
watch your own Haslab promotional videos. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, but anyways, it's really cool. Who said it? Yeah, Falcus Tech said it. That is cool, but it's also unsustainably large. Yes, that is how I feel. I'm like, okay, I got this. I have the Rattler coming.
I forget who's.
I can't do any more of these.
This is worth it more than. It's more worth it than a statue.
It is. That's true.
Oh, definitely. I forget who's I don't. It's not Pre-Eternity. I think it's someone else on Twitter and Twitter.
Oh, the person that's making that chart of
all the large items, the large items. God forbid you collect all of them. I feel sorry for your house.
No, you see, when people were like, "Oh, what do you mean you couldn't find room for a cat's lair?" Cat's lair's wider than this bitch.
Guys,
Cat's lair. Cat's lair is the size of an actual cat, probably.
Yeah.
Guys, I have the best idea for a Haslab that they have to do it in a subscription plan parts. You got to do for G.I. Joe and freaking Marvel Legends. They just need to collaborate together so they can take the flag and turn it into the goddamn whatchamacallit.
Helicarrier?
For Marvel. Yeah, the Helicarrier.
Helicarrier. Oh, so they can share the wolf. No.
Here, for a second there, I know you're going to talk about...
Make it a subscriction service. Make it alternative. Be you can
also make it broadside. Just do all three.
Yeah, all three.
Yes.
They're we're making one aircraft carrier. It's 8 feet long, and it turns into a robot, and it can also be the helicarrier. It can also be for G.I. Joe.
The way you just say make it a subscription. I thought you're oh, we're gonna do Eagle Moss it. It's just oh yeah, you get a part every month to make it.
Honestly, I would not mind that. It would. I would be down for that because I feel I'd eventually find room for it as it built out.
Oh god,
Blade Raider. That's a good point. That Cat's Lair is for people that only collect Thundercats. There's no room for anything else at that point. Exactly. I love Thundercats deeply, but I have other stuff. I have a.
I think of the Cat's Lair, and I see the chopper there and all that stuff. My brain goes if I had a pet hamster, I want to put him in these things and see how you react.
You could. I mean, there's room. The fun part is it's not just the cockpit fits 6-inch G.I. Joes. It fits them comfortably. They have room to wiggle.
Hamster piling at the rat. Hamster piling the Rattler. Welcome back, G-Force.
Welcome back. Yeah. Yeah, no, I definitely like this. But I'm glad I also wanted it for the figures, because if I end up putting the copter away into a box, I'm not going to feel as bad. I don't know at the moment, it's sitting on my table, so I can't build my X Mansion, because this has to go somewhere else. I don't know where to put it. But now that I have it, I can redo my entire G.I. Joe display, because now it has to revolve around that and the Hiss Tank.
God, if Super 7 had the master's license, God forbid they did like a Eternia. Ugh.
Oh god, yeah. I mean, the Mattel one is big enough as is. I know people were pissed because the Mattel Eternia, like the Mattel Creations one, was said to be a certain size, and the final product was like a half a foot taller and a foot wider, and everyone's like, "Oh no, I mapped out my space for a smaller one. You didn't tell me it was bigger."
Oops.
Also, yes,
Hey,
Muteki,
hey,
it was
Ryan, it
worth
could
it.
be
I
worse.
totally agree. If not just for Wild
Ryan, it
Bill
could be
and
worse. You
Glinda.
could be the
Hell
four
yeah,
horsemen trying to release
$300
a
Wild
giant-ass
Bill
dragon.
Glinda.
What was that, Wheels?
I said it could be worse. You could be the four horsemen releasing like literally a giant ass European dragon right now that's like so damn big.
Dude, that
It's
thing looks like it's
what if
$1,000.
Galactus, like
Like
it's like what if
easily.
Galactus mounted the Sentinel Haslab?
I'm gonna go pull up a picture of that thing because it's stupid.
That dragon
I
is
mean
so
this in the
nuts.
best way possible.
At first,
It's
I thought
stupid.
it was gonna be at first I thought it was gonna be reasonable, and then I realized no, it's insane.
I'm like, it's the Four Horsemen doing Mythic Legions. The answer is always going to be insane. But like, for those wondering,
Go. So what you're saying is they had to go even further beyond.
look at this. Look at this. Oh, let me turn Transformers Leak Watch off. That's not what we're doing. Look at this big ass. That is these are two fully grown men.
Golly.
That's a pet.
That's a pet. Yeah, that's a house cat, if not bigger. I just like I love that thing is like a thing that exists, but I would never own it because it's just I can't even fit my gargoyles, you know?
I always wonder how like small pet animals like
Yeah.
hamsters and rats feel about giant toys like these.
I have no idea. See you later, Sentai Ranger Donnie. I
Feel the
mean,
They feel the intimidation like a character in Bleach feeling the soul pressure.
Yeah.
Two-handed axe that's the size of a small dog. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, AR, I agree with you. I just look at this thing, I'm like, that's gonna be $1,000. Like,
unless it's a subscription plan, piecemeal it.
Falcon Stack says that's what the additional optional neck and flame effect. The base version will come with a more upright neck, making it shorter. Okay, that's good. You can make it a little bit.
It's like how I question how people can be statue collectors because those
Yeah.
statues, like the statues they get, are not like the smallest because they're like ginormous.
I know. My
Well,
dad bought a
Exactly,
My
they'll be, like,
Shiro Nui
1/6,
statue that's like
1/3.
my dad bought a My Shiro Nui statue that's like 2.5 feet tall, and he doesn't know where to
So
put it.
what you're saying? So what you're saying is your father's a man of culture.
Yes, yes, he is.
Yes, he's always okay. Ryan, if you don't know, sometimes like Soundout would leave his room and he'd come back to me and his dad talking about like really weird. Well, I would say weird stuff,
Obscure
but for
stuff.
Soundout to him, he would find it weird. He would find it weird that like me and his dad would be like into the very like the more perverse like super erotica action like graphic novels, and he'd be like sitting there like, I wasn't expecting you guys both to be into it. He's like, I was expecting Wheels, but not you, Dad. And he's
No,
like,
I expected my dad. It
Uh,
was like the fact you guys had the same in common. Like my dad like really loves Lady Death, and like the whole Coffin Comics universe stuff. It's funny because he doesn't actually read the comics; he just really likes the artwork, and then you'll buy the comics, and then I'll read them. Like I read the first Lady Death omnibus, and I was like, "This is insane," but I kind of dig it. Like,
Yeah, no,
Lady
like
Death.
his dad will be like going in. His dad, like one time, his dad was talking, and also I'm like talking to him, and Sounda just leaves the room, comes back, he goes, "Oh God, they're still in the conversation about hot badass toes, people with sex," and he's just like, I'm not expecting this.
here, guys, I gotta show you this because it's bonkers. My dad bought it because it was Lady Death, and I was like, I'm gonna read it. It's just the Lady Death Omnibus Volume 1 Slipcase Edition. It is like it's bigger than an Absolute Edition comic, and it's got
That's
like,
a weapon. That's a weapon.
It
Like,
is.
that's
It's got a silver like gilded edge to it. I can't show
If
you
you
any
get
of
home
the
and-
Eternals internal art on this channel.
or YouTube, or else YouTube will kill us.
I mean,
Well, you know, like,
if they don't kill us from
if
the
your
cover,
house-
they're gonna kill us for the interiors.
if your
Yeah.
house ever gets invaded, you can use that as like you can yeet it and use it as a weapon.
Yep.
Like,
He already has a weapon. It's called the other Sentinel that he has.
but
good.
you have
How's that?
multiple. If you ever get a house invaded, you
The
have
other
multiple
one.
giant.
The other one that you actually said to me that you would use as a blunt.
Oh,
object. You're like,
the
"Wheels, if anyone
electronic
breaks
one
into
with
house-"
the sounds box in it, because when you hit somebody,
the-
it would make sounds like mutant detected. Like,
The Marvel Universe one.
yeah, the Marvel Universe one, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Falcon's
like,
Tech said, "Ah, yes, bought that for reading." No, my dad bought it for the artwork. He flipped through it and was like, "Oh yeah." I was like, I'm gonna actually read it and see what the plot's like. And it's kind of like Spawn, where it's very clearly made to make the artwork. You know, like they wrote the story so they could draw certain things, and so it's kind of batshit. But I
I have
enjoyed
read,
it.
I have read
and
several mangas
and when
and light
I do that,
novels.
I'm called like a sick
A
sick
gooner?
SOB. Yeah, when I
You know,
do
see,
that.
I read it for the plot, and also the artwork.
That's me with several ecchi series. I read it for the plot. The boobs are the side thing.
Yeah, the boobs are the bonus. Yeah, this was 16 issues
I
in
think
this
one
one
of the
book.
I think one of the funniest things was one of my female friends said, "Oh, I do watch ecchi, not just for the plot, but the boobs." And she's like, "You know what? One of the best ones is." And I was like, "No, tell me." And then she said the one that I was already thinking, and I was like, "Damn, that's wild. You're awesome."
I think this was also a signed copy.
But yeah, so
Yeah,
it
this is a
sounds
signed
house.
copy.
It sounds Eric gets house rated. He has multiple heavy, like blunt objects he can chuck as weapons.
Not to mention the 3 legacy power morphers that are basically brass knuckles.
brass knuckles. Yep.
But yeah, see, there's Brian Polito's signature on it, and had a little like authenticity. We've met Brian. My dad and I have met Brian Polito like several times. He comes to the conventions around here a lot.
Oh, that's cool.
Because he's I think Coffin Comics is based out of Arizona, so they're kind of close. So like we cut, so he ends up like coming to a lot of conventions. So we've met him and talked to him every time. But
You know who won't be coming to your conventions again? Gilgamesh, a king at Uruk.
I know. Instead, one of our local conventions invited Kevin Spacey.
Ugh.
But yeah, I'm
I don't
still
know.
waiting for Lady Death
I would say
Omnibus
if he didn't
2.
do those things, that would be so cool. But you know, he did those things.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Ah, God.
Anyways, Lady Death is the topic of the evening, I guess.
Hey, I'm gonna head out. I think I got that. I'm gonna head out now because I have work tomorrow. So
Good luck
I'll
with
do
work
my
tomorrow. You want to plug some stuff on your way out?
yeah. Follow me at Darko343 on Blue Sky and YouTube. I do art commission on UC's very channel. You want any? Feel free to DM me on Blue Sky or on Sounds Disco Protocol. Link in the description below.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, have a nice night, everybody.
See you later, Ryan. All right. So since we're not doing a stream, we can totally just chill out for a couple of minutes. Chat, you guys got any last topics on us?
That means you still got to hang out with us afterwards because you already took time off.
I know, but I actually eat dinner on time instead of having to make it early.
Yeah, but you can. But then you're still gonna have to hang out with us. Work on the other interview that we have to record.
I'll come hang out with you guys. It'll be fine.
Because I'm gonna tell you this right now, we got to work for the other. We got to work on the other interview that's happening next.
Okay, so Spin Dash said, finish my Garo Figuarts guide. It's sad how it's easy to do that because of how few there's been. Oh, SSJ4 Jason says, what's worse, simping for Makima or simping for Haman Karn? Well, because Haman Karn has a soul. It's just
Haman kind of didn't she like at the end, like like
like I feel
got
like
a soul,
you can actually kind of fix Haman.
Not really.
Just don't have Char around.
Like there's a chance. Whereas with Makima, she's just this raggedy bitch that should die.
Goku saw about her
exactly
in that one meme I showed you where Goku's like, I'm sick of you.
It was my favorite what if next to that time Oda wrote what if Ace lived.
You know, here's the thing though, you gotta realize if Char didn't get to Haman, Paptimus would have.
Yeah, that's
true about it. Because Char already got her jilted on men, his vampire shit didn't work on her.
That's true.
But it worked on Rakoa Lord. And Rakoa's weird.
Let's see.
An asshole.
Yeah, there's no redemption possible for Makima and what she's done. Falcon's text said, What are you keeping an eye out for during holiday sales? The Lego X Jet, because even though I don't technically need the set for the minifigures, I kind of want the jet to go with the mansion. But I don't want to pay $85 because it's ridiculous that they priced it that high. I have standards. Here's a question. Spin Dash, feel like live critiquing it considering they're watching anything? Yeah. No, seriously, like, drop the link.
What's going on? Did you say something about holiday sales?
Yeah, what do you want? What are you looking for in holiday sales?
I don't. I'll be honest with you. I just wish disc sales were actually like not just like, hey, we dropped it from $60 to like 50. I wish it was like 40 at least.
Mm-hmm.
I'm being reasonable I think 40 is still reasonable for some of those sets. I don't think that, like, I don't think saying to go below 40 for the Ronin Warriors Complete Troopers edition for 40
Yeah.
bucks is not asking for too much when that's sold at like $78. Like a 50% off sale since that's highly stocked. Like, come on. 40 bucks.
Okay.
For your set.
I'm looking.
And maybe drop the Tokusatsu sets down by like, $15.
Yeah. Let's look at.
I can't be spending $70 per Space Sheriff.
Well, they're not 70. They're
They're
70.
like $69.99 if at some stores. Yeah, they're like $69.99.
That's list price. Don't ever buy list price. Don't ever
Yeah,
buy.
but some of the places are trying to sell them for list price.
Yeah, don't buy from them. Just encourages it. Okay, so let's see. We're looking at this is Spin Dash's completed Garo SH Figuarts catalog, all like 10 figures that have existed.
I have the first one.
So Spin Dash, first question. The order here, was that based on order of release? Because if it's order of series, we gotta I think we're good. Order of series, right? Because that actually lines up perfectly. And let's see. Let's see. Oh, LPH says, "What's the best version of Death in all media?" Oh, the one I want to say is contractually spoiler territory, so I can't yet. Ogon Kishigara, Coach Masai. Yeah, no, you Spin Dash nailed it in one go. That was it. It's perfect. I don't have any notes. It's solid. It's solid. There we go. Now we have a Garo guide. It's funny how easy it is to do the Garo figures because of how few there are. AR says obviously Death from Bill and Ted. That's a pretty good one. Monty Python, The Meaning of Life, best version of Death. That's also a good one. My answer is too recent. It's too spoilery, but it happened in a Marvel show recently, so I don't want to say. But it's also
all over Twitter.
It's probably all over Twitter, and it's also just it is a gooner answer. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. It got spoiled before. I'm just gonna say Aubrey Plaza is Death in the MCU, and I'm so into that because Aubrey Plaza.
Aubrey Plaza. Yeah. No.
And so I'm like,
It's
oh,
weird.
she Death. I'm
It's
okay
weird.
with that.
It's weird. She's one of those ugly hots. Those ugly hots.
I know, but that's what makes her great. It's because it's like, God, her personality as Death is so good too. Also,
it's just her.
I know that's what's perfect. Also, Death from the Sandman Netflix series. I forgot what her name was. Kirby. She was great as Death. She's like the version of Death where I'm like, I'd be comforted if she showed up. Whereas like Aubrey Plaza shows up as Death, I'm like, I'm dead. Like she scares me a little bit. Whereas like Sandman Universe Death, I'm like, oh yeah, she's nice.
Just because Aubrey Plaza is insane.
I know. That's why I love her, because she's crazy. It's also funny how she played two psychologically twisted villains in Marvel shows, the Legion and then Agatha. AR mentioned Death from Supernatural. Oh, Jeremy Carr said Jamie Chung as Death in that one animated short is so underrated. Yes, that short in general is super underrated. That one, I think the first time I saw the DC Showcase Death short, I was thinking about it for like a month and a half.
Norm Macdonald.
That's another good answer, yeah. I like different interpretations of Death. That's
also dead.
That's it. He is Death, the Destroyer. Yeah. Two-Handed Axe said Baron Munchkinson movie, Sandman comic. Puss in Boots wolf. Oh yeah, the wolf from Puss in Boots is really good. Oh, that's a really good one. I kind of forgot about that.
That was actually an interesting plot twist because I hadn't seen the movie yet, but I knew about the wolf character. So when I saw it on Twitter a while back, I was like, oh, I guess I can finally check out this movie. I'm interested in it.
Mm-hmm. Puss in Boots: Last Wish is probably like the best DreamWorks movie I think they've.
I heard it was really good, but like I wasn't interested. It was one of those ones.
Yeah,
until,
no,
like,
that's fair.
The death plot was what was like. Oh, that's actually interesting.
Because like I went to see it because I was like, okay, Puss in Boots, and then I was like, oh my god, this death plot made it so good. Like it's just that one like it amplifies the whole movie, right? Because it becomes an existential
seeing that
piece.
Death is like it's like I love the part though where Death is like I also really want you because cats really annoy me because you somehow like in that universe literally had 9 lives. He's like nah you are an abomination to life. I need to get rid of you.
Exactly. Yeah. Like he hated Puss. He hated it so much, like because he's like, you always get away. You keep coming back. It's just like, I love it so much. Yeah, Puss in Boots: Last Wish, another instance of marketing didn't do its job. Yeah, I agree, Spendash. He's I would have seen it in theaters if I'd known he was running from literal death. Yeah, like they needed to play that up. I think like sometimes they don't play up the darker aspects of animated movies in trailers because they don't want to scare kids in the trailer. Like maybe like I don't know. Like just put it in there. Like this is the sauce.
Hey, you're gonna scare them anyways.
Exactly. Like scare them up front. Let them know.
Let them know what's up.
Blade Raider. He hated Puss so much. Phrasing.
let's just say, guys, the PG was in there for a reason.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Don't forget, PG means parental. You still need parental
guidance.
vision. Come on.
Parental guidance, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not G. People forget G is the real.
Spendash says kids aren't interested in celebrity voices on posters and fart jokes. Yeah, exactly. Kids are not into that the way that they think they are.
That's why I didn't respect, I should say, Hotel Transylvania till like.
So you actually watched it, right?
Tried to kill his grandkid.
Yeah.
He killed his grandkid that one time.
Exactly. Muteki says Soundout, which is best JoJo starter. The answer is the answer is Totodile. I'm not taking questions. I also like Cyndaquil and Picarita, but Totodile. I don't know what your guys.
You should take questions from the You should take questions from the Cyndaquil faction ever since.
Me?
Those ancient folk tales.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, I'll tell you one thing. Better than Slack Off.
Yep. Let's see. Kids want to be scared. Yeah, no, I missed that part of that. Agree with that. The Death from Metropolis. Oh, that's also a good one. Best JoJo protagonist.
Oh boy.
The one named Joe.
There's a lot of answers you can give.
Who's your favorite JoJo protagonist? If you're a real JoJo fan, name 6 JoJo protagonists. JoJo.
It's hard to get my favorite one because I like him for different reasons, including Jonathan. I like Jonathan a lot. Like young Joseph, Jotaro, Josuke, because of his hair.
Yeah.
Giordano, because he tries to fight against gangs. Jolene.
I don't know who any of these people are.
Exactly.
I just thought it'd be fun if I just agreed.
Jolene being, I think she's still the only female JoJo.
Yeah.
Johnny Joestar, that one Wheels should like.
I think
he's leg disabled. Johnny Joestar.
Oh, cool.
It's all right.
I like Jolene because I've seen clips of her like when she was like insulting people in every language.
Yeah, I love that. Here's how you do this in America. Here's how you do it in Japan. That's great. That's like one of my favorites.
So good. I need to get into JoJo, but I will at some point. It's just not right now because I'm trying to finish Naruto. My God, the flashbacks are killing me.
He has to go watch his Zoids and then watch JoJo.
Yes.
Yeah, it's on the list.
It's a lot. You just got Red Team versus Blue Team in the UK.
let's see. Psychos has a good game of favorite Sentai Ranger of each color and category. That's a good one to do at a different day when we can like think about it, because like there's a lot of Sentai Rangers and there's a lot of categories. MJ Klein says favorite anime.
For you?
You go if you have an easy answer, because I have to think about it.
Mine's easy. Mine's just
Jerry
Dragon
has two.
Ball.
I feel like mine is also Dragon Ball, because the more I like,
It's still just Dragon Ball, even though I've seen so many, and there's some
Yeah.
obscure ones I like.
God, I love
Wheels mentioned two.
I love
There's two
Gundam,
obscure
but,
ones I
like,
love.
I think it's Dragon Ball
Yeah.
as well. Like nothing else holds me the way Dragon Ball does.
Yeah, same. Exactly.
I
Yeah.
think Dragon Ball has my heart for the merchandise. Dragon Ball without Z and Super by itself is probably up there for me for sure.
Yeah.
Like the Dragon Ball franchise has me for merchandise alone. Dragon Ball without Z and Super is probably like one of my top animes. But I just say this, I think I love something more than Dragon Ball more.
Yeah.
There's one thing.
Yeah.
That shows why
It's
I'm
it's called.
Saint
It's
Seiya.
say
Yeah.
For me, it's besides that, it'd be
Shingu.
Fantastic Children and
It
Shingu.
shows- Exactly. That's why I had the gun cock. Jerry, hit the sound effect for me.
You mean this?
Yes. That's
Yeah.
the one.
Let's see. Oh yeah, okay, so Psycho said rank every Sentai Ranger for Go Rangers 50 and
Oh,
don't say you
Macross.
won't do it. I could do it. The problem is there's gonna be a bunch of teams I haven't seen, and so they'll just be like, well, I'll just skip over them. Unless I watch all the Sentai before the 50th.
Me at the very end, right where Soundouts moving on. Oh, and Macross. Oh crap! I can't believe I forgot Macross.
Yeah.
We found out we still need to do our blood pact. One of these days, we just have you come to my house.
And we just watch
and
Go
do the
Ranger.
Blood pact. Exactly. You're just gonna shout out. You're gonna see me literally pull out lots of things of cottage cheese and a blunt, and I'm like, we're good. Like, Wheels, why do you need that? And I'm like, don't worry, I'm gonna stay awake for like at least 36 of the episodes straight. And
Oh
like,
yeah.
What? And I'm like, we're good.
We could do that. I can do 36 episodes straight and Go Ranger. It's Showa Toku. I love Showa Toku. I just have to sit down and watch it.
Now, if you told me to watch like 15 episodes straight of 5-man, I'll kill myself.
No, because I'll be right there watching you.
I will find a way. Like, you'll be too enamored with the stupid shit, and the next thing you'll just hear the sound
That's
effect
true. I'll
again,
get distracted by the puppets, and
'cause those puppets come in pretty early.
they do, and they stick around.
They're the only good thing I like about that show.
SSJ4 Jason said Gundam pilot tier list. That's a possibility. Let me put that down on the. I thought I had a tier list like listing. All right, let me just. Tier list Gundam pilots, all Sentai Rangers. Let's see. Mr. J-Hound said, "Is 5-man that bad?" No, it's just bad shit. It's bad shit. It's what it is. How many days left on the Ranger auction? I think it's like another 6 or 7, something like that. Psycho said, "I love how you said you wouldn't rank every Power Rangers Ranger when we argued if the Magnet Defender was a Ranger for the stream." Yeah, I know, and we did it. It's just there's a lot more Sentai people, or no, actually, because of the comics, they kind of even out.
This is the thing. I think if the Magna Defender didn't have a freaking little hero-esque armor, I would be like, yeah, no, he's totally a full-on Ranger.
Yeah, but then
My
Go
only
Say
issue.
Night.
Go Say Night will never be a Ranger, even when they say he is to me.
And you know what's
God.
the crazy part is Bull Black was officially the 6th Ranger Ginga Man for
Until they said
decades
no.
until Gokaiger.
And they don't even really. I think that's the problem. They didn't market how or what is a 6th Ranger.
They just made up their minds when they designed Gokai Silver stuff. That's what it was.
Probably.
And because even Zenkaiger acknowledges Bull Black as a 6th, so
That's so weird.
he's a 6th. Only Gokaiger's the outlier. Commodore 64 says hopefully the next Shonen Jump crossover takes a page out of Sparking Zero and becomes very huge. Could you imagine if we just
still the thing though?
You just got everybody.
Deca Master's there more, and he's earlier than Deca Break, but
He's actually no. Doggy Kruger is there more, but he actually appears as Deca Master less times than Deca Break appears. I know, I counted when I was showing my parents Deca Ranger. We were watching it together. I was like, how many times does he show up as Deca Master and how many times does Deca Break show up? and it's like specifically as Deca Master, he only is like transformed like 15 times. Whereas Deca Break transforms in almost every episode since his debut to the end. So that's what makes Deca Master not a 6th, because even though he it's kind of like how Kyoryu Cien isn't the 6th, even though he debuted first. So Spin Dash says, I think it's something funny that about Zeo Gold not having a Morpher in show but had a toy, and Magna not having a Morpher in Sentai was given one in Power Rangers. Yeah, it's kind of funny how some of those things work out, don't they? What about Maji Shine? I think Maji Shine's there's no debate about him being a 6, right?
Yeah.
I think he's...
No, there isn't, because the mother got yeeted in one episode and doesn't come back to like the end.
And then also, I think because Maji Shine's form looks like the Maji Legend armors.
Yeah, like he actually fits in.
Blade Raider says there's only 15 great episodes of Deca Ranger. Got it. No, there's a lot more. I honestly, the episodes where Deca Master does show up are sometimes the weaker ones, like plot-wise, because they're like, we got Deca Master this week, so you don't need to worry about the story. The best episodes of Deca Ranger is after they debut Swap Mode, before the final 3-episode arc, because normally in normal Sentai format, after you introduce all the toys, you start killing off villains. Because they didn't have like a villain pool, they just started doing like these crazy episodes, like you know, where they're like, all right, we're going to do a noir story where we don't actually do normal
All right, I'm grabbing
fight
dinner.
scenes and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna wheels dipped.
Yeah, I got it.
We're gonna wrap up now, because I could just sit here and talk for hours. As we know, I'm chatty. But yeah, but anyways, the last arc of Deca Ranger episodes are some of the best, because they had like this one episode where Hoji had to go through the ethics of his job and stuff, and he's like a really deep noir thriller, and they would just play with format all over the place, and it was so good. Spin Dash is holding out for hope for a Ranger key set to potentially have a full 10 key Deca Ranger collection. I agree. That'd be nice. And Jeremy Carr wants a 10-hour stream. Well, you know, one of these days, I would love to do like a charity stream where we just like marathon stream.
Yeah, you know what? If you have the time and patience.
Yeah. I don't know when, but that's something I'd like to do at some point, is be like, we'll keep going if you keep donating, kind of thing. Mr. J. Ham, we'll talk about the Power Rangers Prime comic next week, maybe, because I'm not allowed to say anything about it, because I know stuff came out about it. I'm not going to say anything. I've read it, but I'm not going to say anything because I like to keep NDAs. And it comes out in 2 days, so we'll know more about that later. But 94 Coon, I've never seen The Lighthouse, so, but I now know the production order thanks to you adding the production order to our guides and checklists section. All right, so on that note, join our Discord if you want guides and checklists and all kinds of cool stuff and notifications about this channel. But in the meantime, if you want to check out other cool stuff happening on this channel, Fighter Cows, what do you got going on?
Today I streamed King of Fighters 15. Last week I canceled it because there was so much going on. Tomorrow I have stuff going on, but nowhere near as much. It'll be, by the time the stream starts, I'll be already, good to go.
Mm-hmm.
I just have to do like 2 things tomorrow. That's it. And that's at 4 p.m. Eastern. Soundout always joins me most of the time.
Yeah, almost every
Very
time.
few times. And even then, you do the thing that I always say, which is I just want to know, and you always let me know. It's
which is great. Like there's an appointment I gotta take my mom to like next month, and so I won't be able to come, but I'll let you know ahead of time because that's what I like to do.
Yeah.
Like if you expect me to be
That's
somewhere,
like my
I will tell you when I'm
rule.
not.
That's like my one rule when it comes. It's like I even said to my other people, I said I don't even care if it's. I'm even okay with just saying I don't feel like it. I'm like, cool, your mental health support. I just want to know, so that way I don't try to wait for you and not show up.
For sure, yeah. Communication is like the backbone of friendship. Honestly, it's like just telling people where you're gonna do and what you're gonna do. Like it's key. It's important. And it's a good thing to do. Also check out the YouTube for Hero Club. We were going to interview Kyle Wodaga from Super 7 today, but it's been postponed a week. So, go subscribe there so you get the notification on that. And of course, we'll remind everybody next week as well. Yeah, there'll be videos this week. I guess I'm going to do a video about manga sizes because that came up during the stream today, and I was like, cool. Yeah, I haven't. I was like, that's a video right there. And then, yeah, so I think that's it. And then we also got I forgot you, Muteki. What? I didn't forget you. I'll always remember you every time I look at this helicopter.
That's true.
But yeah, there'll be some other videos. Deadpool and Wolverine shorts, and then Friday's video's up in the air because if my Kamen Rider Media Blasters Blu-ray comes in, that'll be Friday's video. If it doesn't, then it'll be something else. So, but cool stuff on the horizon. We will be back, of course, next week. Same sound time, same sound channel. And Psycho has an issue with SH Figuarts 2 years after retrospective. Guess what? Almost every point in that video still stands. We were getting better and then just circled back around to happening again. So, that's how it goes. Anyways, we will see you all next week.